Yes, nice and decent people. Welcome back to the BBK Sports and the Gianni Calcio TV for the Around the League show. It's been for time. We missed the show, but now we're back. Something like be happening. A little bit of travels here and there. But we didn't forget about the people. We still stayed in tune with what's going on in the sports world so we can deliver some content to you. And I know Broski just went on an hour and a half, almost 2 hour rant on the Serie A thing with Pirlo, but you know what though? There are so many big names in Italian football. Why can't they get this right?
Because it's self-destruction. It's self-destruction. What the Italian national team is facing is a problem that the people that run the FA are getting paid under the table by the big teams. Mm-hmm. And they are more in tune with trying to pocket money and fuck over their nation rather than trying to get the best for the nation. That's basically what we're dealing with the FA. And it doesn't look like anything seems to change. I mean, I hate to sound like a negative fan, but hopefully we miss out on qualification for the Euros.
Ooh,
maybe that's the wake-up call that's needed so that we can actually change. At the end of the day, look, man, the problem is this. Mancini left a sour taste in everybody's mouth because he told everybody to go fuck themselves. We're playing the way that's going to fit this team the best. And he won. It's amazing that, everybody talks about, Italy doesn't have the talent anymore. Well, this is the thing that I'd like to educate people on. We've made 7 finals across all the different underage competitions when it comes to internationals. We've won 3 of the 7 finals that we've made it to. So we have the talent. The problem is once you hit 20 years old, 21 years old, they send you to the second division. And unless you light the second division on fire, you're not going to get a call back up to the top level. So by the time you come back to 24, 25 at the top level, your talent's been kicked out of you. You no longer have it. The growth that you needed to get the big game experience is no longer there. That's why when you look at the success of the underage to top level is so bad, because they refuse to do it. And again, it's because of the fact that they choose not to send the best team. I mean, if you're the coach, right, you got to play 2 games for a playoff. What the fuck you doing taking 4 goalies?
I forgot he did that.
He took 4 goalies. He took 4 goalies for 2 games. What do you expect? That the Bosnians were going to shoot Bonaventura, so you needed the extra one just in case? Like, well, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, big up Mateo. He's a classic. He's on one today. But you look at the situation, just look at the formation. Yeah. Italy's played a 3-5-2. We played in the 2014 World Cup. We didn't get out of the group stage. We played it in 2018, couldn't qualify, lost to Sweden. And now again in 2026, we play a 3-5-2 and we can't qualify. It is what it is. Them greaseballs won't get you. You're from New York. Them fucking Italians are all hard-headed dumb fucks as well. Right, so they think their shit don't stink a lot of the times. Yeah. And them greaseballs, they just think that one day, magically the 90s are going to roll back and Italy's going to be the center of attention again, and it ain't happening and they ain't woke up yet. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's typical hard-headed, fresh off the boat greaseball shit. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, listen, big up to Flybury, big up to Scans, Mateo, Cheat K in the house. Big up to everyone, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. So did Pep really consider it? Or did he look at it and be like, yeah, that's a poison chalice. I don't want to tarnish my legacy with that.
I think it's a tarnish the legacy because Pep, I said in a group chat when they all asked me about Pep going to Italy, I said I didn't want Pep. And the reason why I said I didn't want Pep is for one reason. Pep is not going to be given the tools to succeed in Italy. He is not going to be able to go in and revolutionize what needs to happen and get everybody caught up to game of what needs to happen. That is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And again, the bigger thing is, like Mancini, Pep will go in there and pick the best team, and certain guys will start losing money because they won't be able to skim money off the top like some typical greaseball shit. Yeah. So that's the problem to why Pep wasn't going to risk his legacy for that. So That's the reason why when you look at the scenario with all this, he wasn't going to risk it. And nor should he. Listen, the guy's top 3 greatest coaches to ever coach this sport. Why risk your legacy to go to a country that don't even give a fuck about helping themselves? What's the old saying? You can lead a horse to the pond. It doesn't guarantee that the horse is going to drink.
Yeah, you can't make him drink.
It's the same thing with the Italian national team.
Yeah. So if you're Pep, do you take the England job if they offer it to him?
No,
because he don't want the Italian job because it looks like it's gonna get worse before it gets better for the Italians.
It's gonna get way worse. It's gonna get way worse.
But you don't think Pep should, like, the English FA should just cut Slinglow with Tuchel and be like, "Hey, Pep, do you want the job or not?"
Listen, I would if I was I said this on DJ B's channel for the watch along. If it was up to me, if I ran the English FA, Tuchel would have been left in America. He should not be the coach of England anymore. I'm sorry. I 100% disagree with him being there because that performance in that semifinal was disgraceful.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, if I was England, I would go to Pep because he's the one that's revolutionized the Premier League. So you would think it would work, but at the same time, listen, I personally think De La Fuente will hang around to try to copy what Del Boss did and win back-to-back Euros and win the World Cup in between. I think he's going to try to stay at Spain and do that. I think as soon as that's done, Pep will take over the Spanish team. I don't know if Pep is going to return to club football. Now, he has said in the past that he would like to coach in Italy. There's only one team I see Pep Guardiola coaching as of right now in Italy, and that's Inter Milan. And if Pep Guardiola took over Inter Milan, especially with Inter now owning their own stadium and can control majority of their destiny, Pep could potentially turn Inter into the old monsters that they used to be. So I could see him doing that. But I see Pep more so going to the Spanish national team. The other thing, too, is for Guardiola is this. Why take over England if you're going to catch all type of shtick for not being English? The English media was going crazy over Tuchel. Sorry, the last time I checked my calendar, World War II was 81 fucking years ago. There's no reason to still be pissed off that you hired a fucking German. He's better than the bum you had over there. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck we doing here, man?
I'll tell you what, if I'm the English FA, I move hell on earth and I offer Pep the job and ask him, what the hell do you want? Because here's what, right? Because Pep dominating while he was in England so much, the English media couldn't say shit to him. Like he could literally tell every single one of them to go for. He could take 22 Man City players, and they would. You know,
he could take the entire youth academy of Manchester City, of all English youth academy players, and he's going to say, "What are you going to say?" Especially if he does well.
Yep. And the thing is, they couldn't complain about the football because he's going to play football. He's going to play good football. And you've already tried the German, you tried the Southgate thing, and who is the Englishman that's about to take this? Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
Like who is the best English manager out there?
Bro, you know what the thing is for me at the end of the day? For me with England, it doesn't even matter for who the manager is. They need to figure out they have a mentality problem in England. And this is the thing for me, and this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. But when you think about the golden generation that England had, and you hear Rio Ferdinand and all these other morons talking about, oh, we couldn't get over our club rivalries. Brother, I'm sorry. The rivalry between Inter Milan and AC Milan is bigger than the majority of the rivals in Italy, and they can even put their shit to bed for the Italian national team. If you can't put a bullshit rivalry to the side, and I'm not trying to say like Liverpool and Man United is a bullshit rivalry or anything else. Chelsea were the new kids on the block at that time. Chelsea didn't have no era of dominance up until the Roman Abramovich era. So the fact that you're even allowing a problem with the new kids on the block to come and help split the locker room shows that they don't have the mentality that even if they had the best players and the best coach, they still wouldn't fucking win.
Yeah. Because Spain, the Barcelona Real Madrid thing is real, and they put it aside and won 2 Euros
exactly.
in a World Cup.
Exactly.
So I hear that thing about Scholesy and Lampard and I hear it, but then I don't hear it. You know what I mean? You man wasted 2 generations of quality players because of tribalism. Come on, man. I'm not trying to hear that madness.
Brother, you're perfect example.
Yeah.
You're from New York. I'm from Chicago. Two completely different mentalities, but we can come together and have a good time at this show. You're telling me that if we're going to have the English mentality at that period, you and me can't like each other because I'm from the Midwest and you're from New York? Get the fuck out of here. That's how fucking dumb that sounds.
Yeah, it's literally an excuse that instead of just saying we weren't good enough.
Exactly.
They just use that and say, hey, it's because this guy didn't like that guy. It's hard for me to flying for a tackle for this guy and then go play against him in the Premier League. Like, come on, bro. You want to tell me that Sergio Ramos was on the pitch with all them Barcelona players?
Exactly. And there's no bigger rivalry than that. And they were able to put it away for arguably the best international team that we've seen in 40 fucking years.
Yeah. Godfrey said Pep would say no to the Spain if the job came called. I think he takes it, man.
I think he takes it.
I think he would take it. I think he would. He answers the phone. He at the minimum, he answered the phone and says, hey, what are the stipulations that how much politics I'm gonna have to deal with? How many Barcelona players I have to take? Or none of that. I can operate with complete impunity. It's just about the football. Spain will go on to dominate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's not like they don't play his brand of football.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Spain, you know what the thing is? We've talked about this on Shane's show and on here. Spain is one of the few countries that have not lost their identity of how to play football. That's why they were in the finals. We can say whatever we want about Argentina, they're scumbags and everything else. Yes, 100% agree. But again, our word in Italian is grinta, the passion, everything that you see that the Argentinians do. That's a part of their brand of football. They're going to get in your face and try to screw with you. But they have kept their identity to why they were able to go back-to-back finals in World Cups. That's why you see Germany's. The funny thing is, I think the bigger thing that a lot of people ain't talking about is Germany's actually got a bigger problem than Italy does. Because while our problem is the politics of not letting the youth flourish, Germany has no youth that's flourishing. Musiala, they had to get from fucking England. He had to be an England reject, and he's one of the best players for fucking Germany.
Yeah, they have a problem. They have a problem. And yeah, this is what happens when you mortgage your future, you know. Mm-hmm. There's a huge gap. And Brazil, they're going through this as well. When they went away from who they are as a footballing country, now they're trying to find their identity back while trying to win a World Cup. You're not going to do it. It's beautiful what Spain is doing, bro. Because if you look at it, it doesn't matter where they play. Rodri plays in England. Danny almost spent the bulk of his career in Germany for Leipzig before Barcelona signed him.
Yep.
Right? They play all over. Fabio Ruiz plays in France. And his name now is on Ballon d'Or shouts for it because he's won everything he has touched. Man is like the Robert Horry out here. Just collecting
big shot Fabian.
Just out here collecting trophies like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're definitely going to touch on the basketball. There was some big basketball news that broke today, folks. But
don't get me started on that, man. That pissed me off. That pissed me off, man. That pissed me the fuck off.
You know what I'm saying? That's what GK earlier said, hey, it looks like you're not watching the NBA. I'm like, oh damn. But you know what? I called it. I saw this happening in full. Once I saw Bob Myers go to the Philly, I was like, this fucking guy. Yeah, he knows how to put a roster together. He's gonna beat everyone to it. Now, initially, did you have Philly in the picture, or you thought it was gonna be Cleveland, Miami, or somewhere?
I think I said the last time we talked about this. Me personally, I wanted to see Cleveland, Miami, or retire.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one positive that I can take away from this is that he didn't do the pussy move and go to Golden State. Because if he would have went to Golden State, I for damn sure wasn't going to watch the NBA, at least this season. Yeah. But listen, I guess it's a catch-22 with this because the 76ers are while they haven't won since I think 1980, I think it was the Dr. J. Moses Malone was the last time they won the title.
Yeah, 83.
Yeah. 83.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the 76ers are a monster market when it comes to basketball. So, for one, that's actually hilarious. This chat's on fire today. but like, I guess it's okay because it'll be cool. If Philly wins, it'd be cool to see another historic franchise finally get back, like what we just saw with the Knicks. Yeah. All the years that the Knicks, because again, like we've always said, New York is the Mecca of basketball. I don't care what anybody says. It's the Mecca of basketball. Philly has always been like that little brother to New York when it comes to basketball. I think like I said, it's a two-way thing. I kind of see why LeBron went there, because you hear it all the time in interviews. LeBron's favorite player growing up was Allen Iverson. He loved Michael Jordan, loves Mike, but he always loved Allen Iverson. It's why he said it multiple times, why he wears the headband, why he's got the 2 sleeves. He wanted to copy AI. So I get that from the perspective of going to the 76ers. What I don't like about it is you stack this entire fucking team, and now you're putting the same pressure on you as if you were the Heat again a decade before, 15 years prior. And if you don't win, I don't want to hear no complaining about you're the best of all time. If you don't win with this fucking team, I mean, for me, that conversation is gone either way. And I do like LeBron, but he's number 3. Yeah. Unless he carries Philadelphia to back-to-back titles, that man is not getting in that conversation with Kareem and Jordan. It's just not happening.
And I believe LeBron is thinking the exact same way you're thinking. That's why he did a 2-year deal with a player option for the second year. In the event that they win the first year, he opts back in and try. Now, I knew he wouldn't have gone to Golden State because it's in the West, and he's not trying to run with Jokic and Ant-Man and Wemby just to get out the West. He wasn't trying to take that. And it's 42. Al Horford is 49 and a quarter. Jimmy Butler is 36. Al
Horford might be 60. You know, them Dominicans, you're from New York. You know more than me. Them Dominicans are like them African brothers. They don't fucking age. They may be 65 years old. They look like they're 25.
Yeah. That would have been the whole club. It would have been smelling like damn icy hot and Bengay in that locker room, after every game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they would have been like the football jerseys. They would have had Icy Hot as the sponsor for the middle on that team. Icy Hot and Aleve. That would have been their two. That would have been their two fucking sponsors.
Oh Jesus! You talk about Golden State? That'd be your Golden. You remember the Golden Girls? Them old motherfuckers. You remember the Golden Unks? Man, the old as shit, man. So I get it. I get
oxygen tanks and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know he would go to the East. But once I looked at the Philly roster, I'm like, damn, the Philly roster looked good. Plus, you know what's coming with LeBron, right? If they win it, all the credit to LeBron. If they don't, again, Embiid wasn't fit because he ain't gonna be fit anyway. They lucky they get 50 games out of that, brother.
My honest opinion: trade Embiid right now. Trade Embiid right now.
For picks or players?
Both.
You probably have to do both with the money he's on. Yeah,
correct.
You probably would.
But get rid of him right now.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Big up Jack. He was in the chat too for the. But that's exact what you just said about the injuries is exactly the reason why I would not have Embiid on this fucking team. Would not have him on this team. Embiid is going to get in the way, and Embiid, the way he plays, always screws this team over. It's like clockwork.
Their starting 5 looks good, but that starting 5 can't play 82 games and then do a 16. So they're gonna have to fill out the roster very well. Plus, LeBron is only on $4 million, so he's not there taking
about fucking time.
Yeah, so. It's gonna be tricky. Now, when LeBron goes back to LA, right? How do you think they will receive him? How do you think Lakers? I don't get the sense that Laker Nation really loved him. No, I think they kind of liked him and tolerated him, but they didn't love LeBron. You know what I mean? So how you think he'll be received when he goes back? Now that Adam Silver can finally make the schedule now. So you think that they'll boo him, or you think they'll?
I don't think LA will boo them. I think they'll give him a standing ovation when he goes back. I think LeBron knows he is not an all-time great Laker. It's the same thing. You and me are both Yankee fans. Mm-hmm. We like Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge ain't gonna go down as no all-time Yankee unless he does what? Unless he fucking wins. Right. And not just win one. This is the New York Yankees. You got to win multiple if you're going to be an all-time great Yankee. That's the same thing when it comes to the Lakers. You know, the Lakers and the Celtics, you want to be an all-time great, you got to win multiple.
Yeah.
You can't, it's not like if LeBron chose to come to the Bulls and he would have won one title, he's an all-time great Bull because we only have titles with Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers is a different ball game. The Celtics might have the most amount of championships for basketball. Everybody knows LA is the team when it comes to basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Godfrey, I mean, at this point, I look at what the odds of the Vegas people say, but right now he has a better shot of making it with the Sixers than he did staying in the West.
Especially if he went to the Warriors, he's got a way better shot with the Sixers.
Yeah, man. But
I think you guys are the only team that can stop him. If I'm being quite honest with you,
I'm down for this, and I'm laughing at all the Heat fans who really think he was going to come back. Now you traded for Bam, you traded for Giannis, and this and that, and now you're probably going to be like a fourth or fifth seed at best. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, you know what? I think New York, Philly, and the Heat might be the top three teams in the East this year. Because Boston, I think, shot themselves in the foot with that trade.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see remember when Kobe forced all the bench players off for the 04 team when they got Karl Malone and Peyton, and then the next year Kobe went crazy with the two scoring titles, but couldn't get to the playoffs the one year, then barely got in the next. I think that's what you're going to see start to happen with Boston. I think you're going to see Jason Tatum try to be Mr. Everything, and it's going to severely hurt the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. What you think why he didn't go back to Cleveland though? Like I know the Philly project is attractive.
The owner of Cleveland.
Because I think James Harden has something to do with it, I think Brian looks at that guy and realizes I can't win with this guy.
Well, anybody in the NBA should realize that.
Yeah.
Listen, for me, I think James Harden and Chris Paul are the two most overrated players, especially in the recent era of basketball. They're the two most overrated, hyped up superstars in the game of the last 20, 25 years, if I'm being completely honest. And I think he does know that about James Harden, that he can't win. Had they gotten rid of James Harden, got another 15, 18 point a night guy, and it would have been him and Donovan Mitchell, I think he would have went back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think the reason why he didn't go back to Miami is at the end of the day, he knows it's Pat Riley that's still running the show. And Pat Riley is an old school hardhead. He is alpha male. He is not going to give up the control of his team to LeBron, just like he didn't a decade ago, which is why LeBron left. Because remember, LeBron wanted to get Spoelstra fired. And Riley said, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. He's my guy. He's enforcing the what do they call it? The Heat culture.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not going for none of this shit. That's why I think those two decisions did not go that way, because Spoelstra's now the GM, but Riley's the CEO of Miami. And I think that's why he didn't go to Miami. As stupid as that is. Because for me, LeBron should have never left Miami. He should have went to Cleveland for like the retirement tour. Like you go back to Cleveland for like your last 4 or 5 years, get Cleveland a ring and everything, but you're going to stay as the Miami Heat. He shot himself in the foot by leaving Miami. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts. He should have stayed in Miami, and they could have built 2, maybe even 3 championships.
Bro, if you look at what eventually happened with Miami, right? Yes, Chris Bosh was people forget Bosh was balling out when he took over the team. The blood clots in his legs is what stopped Bosh from continuing domination. Because we can all make fun of the weird shit that we saw Bosh do at certain times and all the memes that got made out of him at the time. But let's not forget, Chris Bosh was a fucking baller.
Yeah, he was.
Chris, the Heat don't win that first title without Chris Bosh against Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, he was a certified number 1, right? He's certified. You remember back in the day when NBC used to say Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls head to New York to take on Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks. Like you would talk about Chris Bosh that way.
When Bosh had the little dreads, the little baby dreads that were growing in Toronto, he was
the Philadelphia 76ers are heading to Toronto to take on Chris Bosh and the Toronto Raptors. Yo, Sheldon, I'm here, broski. I streamed this morning, but I'm not dodging, man. I can't dodge. I'm here. I'm just I don't know, man. It's all good, broski. But I'm here.
Remember, they got who was the Serbian player? the point guard that was a killer for Miami for like 5 years.
Drogon, what's his name?
Goran Dragic.
Goran
If
Dragic.
LeBron stays around, you go and pick up Goran Dragic, add him to the fold, and Bosh is getting put in certain positions now to where he could play, but you got rid of him and you could rebuild the team. I mean, remember, didn't Dragic and Wade get to the second round of the playoffs? BX is 100% right. What was it? Do you remember? I remember the picture. Do you remember when they won? When Ray Allen looked like he passed out in Bosch's arms and they hit him with the meme? They said, "Papa Molly now he's sweating."
Yeah, man. Like, listen,
Bosch was on some suspect shit.
Listen, thank God the internet wasn't as vicious now. Well, thank God it's not as vicious then as it is now. Because he would have been ruined. Like the pause culture. Oh yeah, he would have been done. You know,
you remember how bad everybody was treating Dwight Howard with all that suspect shit? It would have been a million times worse for Bosch.
Man. Nah, where is it? Nah, bro. Say, I heard Adam Silver was talking about, I need LeBron to hurry up so I can do the NBA schedule, right? So
yeah.
Say I did my my Thanos now, right? And I said, you are Adam Silver. What games are you putting on Christmas Day? Marquee games.
Oh man. Marquee games, New York Knicks versus Philadelphia 76ers, Christmas Day.
Ooh. You know which one I would put? I would actually run the NBA Finals back. I would bring Wemby to the Garden for Christmas Day. That would be one of my matchups.
That could be, yeah.
I would.
Then you know what? I like that.
Yeah, and then I would do Philly and Boston. Those two teams have to play on Christmas Day because I think they're going to have like 4 or 5 games, right? But those 2 games must happen, and I think when this schedule comes out, you will see the Wemby come to the Garden for Christmas Day, and later on in the night, you will see LeBron, and then you'll see Tyrese Maxey go against Paul George. And
what about LeBron returning to Miami, Philly versus Miami on Christmas Day?
I like that. I like that as well. But I think there would be more sauce than Jason Tatum versus Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, there would. You could go either or with that one because you got Jason Tatum versus there, or you got LeBron versus Giannis, and you're going to hear from Miami fans is what should have been.
Yeah,
the return. Either one, you don't lose on. Yeah. You know, the other one I was going to say too, just to try to show where the East was at. I'd also look at Philadelphia versus Detroit.
Yeah.
Especially because I think Detroit might make a sneaky signing, and I think Detroit might come back as another top team in the East this year.
What about because there have to be, because of the time zone differences, there has to be a West Coast team, right? So what if it's LA?
Philly and LA?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
You know, so it's gonna Adam Silver and his schedulers, they're going around the room right now in the NBA offices in New York seeing, how can we do this? Yeah, but for the Embiid trade, who would need a center? It would have to be a team that needs a center and has picks. Like OKC. Because OKC has a lot of picks, and Chet Holmgren showed last playoff he has some hoe in him.
Yep.
The way Wemby was just bullying him. So a team like that, or I don't know if the Timberwolves have a lot of picks, but they traded away a lot of their big men.
See, that's what I was going to go for, is maybe look at the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Maybe look at the Timberwolves. I'm trying to find the Bulls traded him away. I don't remember what team he went to. Where did Vucevic go to?
I thought he went to Portland or something.
I wouldn't be shocked if they shipped his ass to Portland and got a couple players and picks from Portland, because Portland's just not going to do shit.
Yeah.
Portland's time in the sun is over with. Ain't no more. They were supposed to win when they had that squad with LaMarcus Aldridge and Lillard and Brandon Roy before that. That was their ticket.
Yeah.
Portland's going to be another dead team for like 10, 20 years, just like how it was in between Clyde Drexler and then into, they were decent, but they weren't what they were like when Pippen and Mighty Mouse were going up against the Lakers. You know what I mean? They which stayed for a little bit, but then Portland was dead for what, 10 years? I could see the same thing happening again with Portland.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse is Stoudemire, yeah?
Yeah, Stoudemire.
Yeah, you know what? They were one Kobe and Shaq lob away from, or one Robert Ory shot away from, making the finals.
Hey, old man Scottie Pippen was giving Kobe the business.
He was getting buckets. This is a good shot. So that's what it is, GK. The season opener and Christmas Day. That's what the NBA schedule is.
This would be an awesome opening day.
Yeah. And I think if this happens, then the Christmas Day, you're definitely going to see Knicks, Spurs, and Sixers and Philly. And I think, I think the NBA will listen to us. I know they watch the show. But he ain't passing Bernie for me. I'm sorry. He has to move a mountain to get ahead of Bernie.
Bernie Williams. This may be Bernie Williams is top 10 Yankees in my opinion.
Guy, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. You're talking about someone who didn't make a lot of noise,
but he did for Yankee fans.
Ah,
but he did. He did for Yankee fans. Like here. Okay, since we're on this topic, the greatest Yankee of all time is Yogi Berra.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are gonna say Babe Ruth and all that. No, Yogi Berra got 13 fucking titles.
Yeah,
ain't nobody touching that man when it comes to World Series. Berra's number 1. Number 2, in my opinion, the captain. I'm going with Jeter.
Jeter, number 2, baby. Number 2 is number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Number 3 is Mariano Rivera,
the closer.
He's number 3. Number 4, then we start getting into the talk. My personal opinion, number 4 is Joe DiMaggio. He's got more rings than Babe Ruth. And if it wasn't for DiMaggio in the 40s and the 50s, you didn't get what you got out of the Yankees in the 60s.
Yeah.
So I got DiMaggio number 4. Number 5 is Mickey Mantle.
I would put Mickey. I would actually flip them two. There's no disagreement.
You're not wrong with either or.
Yeah.
You're not wrong with either or. But okay, so we'll go. That's 4 and 5. Number 6, probably Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
7 is going to probably be Lou Gehrig. 8, who was why am I forgetting this shit right now?
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
Talking about Reggie? Mr. October?
That's it. Reggie Jackson's number 8.
Mr. October, baby.
Reggie Jackson's number 8. Yeah. Number 9, unfortunately, he's a fucking snitch. But I'm going to have to put Andy Pettitte in there.
Okay, I thought you were about to say A-Rod.
No, he's not. A-Rod's not even a top 20 Yankee of all time. Fuck him.
Andy, Andy is probably like the unsung. Andy is like the Freddie Youngberg of Arsenal. Yeah. He's like the unsung hero that didn't get a lot of, a lot of his flowers during his time. Because there was so much talent around back then. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, Pettitte's number 8. Number 9. Number 9 is where I'm going to put Bernie Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And at number 10, for the throwbacks, for anybody who doesn't know their baseball history, especially early days, go look up Lefty Gomez. He was one of the best pitchers in the 20s with the Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Phil Rizzuto days.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, Bernie has the key to the city, never has to pay for anything in New York because, they know what the deal is, man.
Yeah.
But big up for that.
Chike, Bernie came up with all the boys with Pettitte and Jeter and Posada. He was a part of that core.
Yeah.
Bernie, he's so underrated, that guy. So underrated, that guy.
Yeah, I hear it. Let me see. Let me jump back into the chat real quick. Chike say, I'm down for the Knicks ruining Philly and LeBron. Hey, come on now. India. Yeah, I think BX Gunner just said Tyrese Halliburton is back fit now. But people don't forget that even though Tyrese Halliburton is back, very good player. Miles Turner left. Miles Turner is in Milwaukee. And he was a big piece. He was Scottie Pippen too, So I don't.
And Halliburton had an Achilles injury as well. You don't always recover from that in your first year. So I'm not hyping up too much Halliburton. As far as the Bulls ain't going to do shit. The Bulls ain't going to do shit.
The Bulls need another reset on top of a reset.
The Bulls need a new owner.
Yeah.
He's the biggest problem with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. Oh, man. Posada, Posada.
Posada's up there, too. Posada. Listen, that's the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
98, 99, 2000, you ain't going to get a better baseball team than that because that was the complete team. Yeah, you want starting pitching? We got starting pitching. You want to try to pitch through our lineup? Good luck. Yeah. And then we got the Sandman and everybody else that was in the relievers at that time. You wasn't beating that fucking Yankees team in that era.
Yeah, man. I got it.
What was it 99 or 2000 when the Mariners set the record for the most wins? I think it's 121 wins in a season, and we slapped the fuck out of them the first round. When Scott Brocious was hitting them fucking dingers.
I think it was 2001. I think that's the year we lost the World Series to the Diamondbacks.
Was it the year we lost? I thought we beat Griffey in 2000 before he went to the Reds. And they were the best team in baseball in 2000. It was whenever Lou Piniella was the manager of the I thought
Lou Piniella was in St. Louis by then.
Yeah, no, you're right. He was in St. Louis. You're right. Yeah.
But that Mariners team was something, yeah, brother. There was something.
Hey, they don't remember how good that Mariners team was. They just couldn't win in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah. Had to go through them. They had to go through the Giambi brothers.
Yeah, at Oakland, they had a badass team. People forget. A lot of these guys nowadays don't forget how cold the Oakland Athletics used to be for so many fucking years. Yeah. That ownership just let them fall to shit.
You think we'll ever get that era of baseball back?
No.
No?
No.
They just regulate steroids and put it.
They should
put it back in the game because between 98 and it was a special time.
Best era of fucking baseball forever.
It was a special time. Yeah.
Not only that, because you had the pitching.
Mm-hmm.
These guys this is one of the things that I don't like nowadays. All these guys tried to learn have now wanted to learn the cutter from Mariano Rivera, the cut fastball. But these guys are blowing their fucking arms out doing it. Yeah. They're trying to look at this cut fastball. I could throw it 106 miles an hour. Cool. You're only going to get 120 wins in your career.
Yeah.
We're never going to see another 300-game winner again.
Yeah. So, while we're on the baseball thing, because we don't even get to talk a lot of baseball. El Duque or the big unit?
Oh, that's easy. The big unit.
Why was El Duque?
Are you talking about as a Yankee or as all time?
As a Yankee.
Oh no, El Duque. El Duque. Randy Johnson was never that good for us.
Yeah.
And I think he was only there for 2-3 years, and he wanted to go to Arizona.
Yeah, he wasn't cut out for the big city. But that's when New York. That's when the Yankee was like, if you're the best anything.
You want come to the Yankees.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now you're gonna come to the Yankees. You're gonna shave your face. You can't have no beard. You're gonna adhere to our standards, but you're gonna win. Mm-hmm. And even Jason Giambi used to rock his goatee, and he had to.
That was my guy.
That
was my guy.
That was my broski. You know what I mean? But even he, had to. But yeah, man, I think El Duque is one of them pitchers that brother, he damn near looked like he was about to knock himself out with his knee every time. Like his knee was
wild ass wind up he would do.
I'm like, you know how much energy you I don't know, I want to say waste, but that was his routine how he used to pitch.
Bro, that's why that Dominican could stay looking young so long. He's the same thing. He's El Duque, one of them typical Dominicans, walks into the fucking locker room with the tight ass jeans, the cut off jeans at the bottom with the fucking the dress pants. I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
I am Dominican.
Yeah. Him or El Duque or fuck man, what's his name? CC Sabathia.
Oh, CC.
CC, yeah.
CC, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame he didn't get to 300 wins while he was wearing the pinstripes, but CC was a monster for us.
Yeah. I hear it, man.
What's his name doesn't get the credit he deserves at his time with us too, because he was around during the El Duque years. David Cohn and David Wells were two bad motherfuckers for us too.
Yeah, David Wells, man. David Wells. We got to talk about Roger with his bloody sock. That there's some iconic moments with pitching. But fair or foul.
Should Roger Clemens be in the Hall of Fame since they never beat him in the court case?
Hell yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I hate most about what Bud Selig did? And just, I'm not even going to tie it to Bud Selig. Just baseball in general. Mansford, all them motherfuckers. What they did to Pete Rose is unforgivable to me.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That
100%.
pissed me off. They let that man die and not put him in the Hall of. Like, I don't give a damn how much you bet, brother. If you know how to hit a baseball, you know how to hit a baseball. And no one in the history of the game has hit. Like, come on now, what are we doing?
I agree.
Okay, so he bet.
Listen, same thing for all the steroid guys.
Yeah.
They could say whatever they want. Oh, steroids, we need to keep the game clean and all that. Brother, if it wasn't for the steroids, baseball wouldn't be a fucking sport right now.
Yeah, big facts.
Sammy Sosa and McGuire saved that sport. Sammy Sosa and McGuire should both have a plaque as you walk into the Baseball Hall of Fame, because none of that would still be around. Nobody would care about that sport if it wasn't for the home run shots that we were seeing at that time frame. No way.
Yeah, you can't tell the story of baseball without Pete Rose, and I just think baseball missed the trick there.
Or Bonds.
None of them. You
go here. You want to put an asterisk on all the stats post 2000. Bonds is still a Hall of Famer, even if you take away all them stats.
Yeah, big fact.
Well, I personally think, and this goes across the board for all sports, and I like how the NFL has been the one to lead the change. I think the guys who vote for players to get into the Hall of Fame should be ex-players. Not these fucking writers, because these writers, oh, he told me he didn't answer my questions for 2 years back to back, and then they never vote for him. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like the one guy, Jeter didn't give him an interview for 5 straight years. That's why Jeter wasn't unanimous going into the Hall of Fame. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's crazy. You remember when that Deion Sanders had fucking poured water on that reporter?
Yeah.
That reporter that was giving them shit, man came in the locker room like, "Where's my car? What's his name?" And just dug. Listen, we can never have shit like that again in sports, man. Never.
Yep.
The sports was. Listen,
that was when it was peak.
Yeah, but big people. This is the Around the League show, people. Come on, make sure I pinned Gianni's link to his channel is pinned. So make sure that we are subbing to Broski. You can't get this level of content anywhere. I swear to God. And I even forgot that Ja was traded to the damn Portland Trailblazers. John Morant was traded there. So I'm like, backcourt of him and Dame, still kind of small, and it's going to be like reminiscent of him and
he better not get in any more trouble with guns over there in Portland.
I don't think they
were trying to say to get Ja to fucking come to Chicago. I'm like, we're the last city he needs to come to.
Yeah, we mentioned Joe. I'm sure we mentioned Joe.
Oh yeah,
Joe, we have to.
Joey D.
Joe and Lou and all them, man. Big up, man. Big up to Chike still. Let's see who else we got in the building. Big up to Yudi. I see you, my G. Oh, Liverpool extraordinaire. What you telling me? Hope you're good, yeah? Big you up. And make sure you're subbing to my broski every time. Yeah. And this, the National League stand a chance versus the Dodgers for me. It was the Braves, the Brewers, and even the Phillies. Yeah, man. The Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies is one of them franchises where it's like their baseball form and their basketball form. Sometimes they just seem linked. Like they're always really good, but then playoffs come and then they just,
the Philadelphia Phillies were like the laughing stock of baseball for how many them and the Cubs were the two laughing stocks of baseball. Cubs ain't won in 100 years. You know this being a New Yorker. Philadelphia was god awful for 20 some odd years in baseball. Mm-hmm. The only thing who was the third baseman that was smoking home runs? He was the only good thing about Philadelphia during that time.
Rich was Rollins. Was it Jimmy Rollins?
No, Jimmy Rollins was the shortstop. Mike Schmidt.
Okay.
Schmidt was the only thing that was good about Philadelphia in the 90s. That fucking team was dog shit.
Yeah. Canseco and McGuire, bro. The Bash Bros set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And Sammy Sosa was involved. He was involved.
I want to speak better.
Yeah. You know what? He had a pretty swing. Just like Griffey had a pretty swing. Sammy had a real
Griffey's got the prettiest swing of all time.
Of all time, right? Yeah, I could watch that motherfucker hit a baseball.
Listen, I hate him because he always talks shit about the Yankees. He hates the Yankees and everything else. Brother, if it wasn't for the injuries, for me, he'd be the greatest baseball player of all time.
Yeah, man. Swing was, even Chase Utley, you forget about Chase Utley.
Chase Utley, that's a throwback.
Which college and basketball and football team do you love or hate the most? Also, let me pause there. The one that I hate the most, college basketball team that I hate the most. Fucking hell, man.
College basketball team I hate the most, Ohio State.
The basketball team?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I hate their basketball team much. Even the basketball team that I hate the most would probably be the fucking Florida Gators, especially the 06 version of them, like the 05 to 06, 08.
They're a close
Yeah,
second to Ohio State.
And the fuckers. The football team that I hate the most, college football team that I hate the most.
Oh, University of Michigan, hands down.
USC. I hate USC.
Actually, it's a tie. USC's up there too for me. It's a tie. Michigan and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Can't stand either one of the two fucking teams.
Yeah, and also where does Braylon Mullins rank in terms of shots versus Duke in the NCAA tournaments? I mean, there's not much to rank him against because he hit some of the biggest ones against them.
Yeah,
So
yeah. The only ones that I can think of, like with big shots, Christian Laettner was hitting big shots in his college days.
Yeah.
No, I like UConn.
Yeah.
UConn's always got a good team.
Yeah. So he went from a black man to a white lady. Like if you see that motherfucker,
that man went from black to white to a fucking pig. That man's the Neapolitan ice cream colors. The way
if he puts on any more soap, brother, he's gonna vanish. You know what I'm saying?
Sammy's gonna turn into the invisibility cloak.
Yeah. You know why the Gators because Florida Gators are a footballing school predominantly, and them fuckers pretended like they weren't living off or benefiting from the football program. At the time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Crimson Tide basketball. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Same thing with University of Miami basketball. You lived off the football team.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. But yeah.
Plus, the only guy I remember that went to Florida that I liked was Jason Williams, and he got kicked out halfway through the tournament because he wouldn't stop smoking dope.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, I love white chocolate. He's fucking classic.
That was my G. Bigger beauty. Now, man, I got to start raising Liverpool. Now, I'm on the Chelsea fans for now. Because the Chelsea fans, that's what I'm on to for now. And I did a stream this morning, damn near cooking the Chelsea fans because listen, if there was, I'm going to go on Chat GPT and I'm going to create a transfer window trophy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat the Chelsea faithful the way they would treat us if they were winning leagues and we were winning transfer windows and talking the way they're talking. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Because I guarantee you, if they had finished 10th and Chelsea, and we had finished 10th and they won the league and we were moving the way they're moving in the transfer window, they would have been saying, you can win the transfer window, we'll win the league. So right now, I'm on to the Chelsea fans. I'm leaving the Liverpool fans alone for now because I was on to you, man, last year because you did have me nervous last year where you were moving in the transfer window. And this is what I'm saying. If you're a Chelsea fan at the moment, clearly you would look at recent historical events of the sexy transfer window that Liverpool had and look what it turned into. So you can win the transfer window all you want, but it's all fun and games until the games start. Don't be Fulham an opening week and all this smoke that you were given was for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to lay off the Liverpool fans for a bit until they give me something. But until now, right now, the Chelsea man, them are winning the transfer window, and that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've made your thoughts clear about the Morgan Rogers thing. We used to speak on Morgan Rogers on Sammy's show.
I'm pissed about it.
You know, I'm not going to hide and pretend like I didn't want the player. You know what I'm saying? But he's made his decision for whatever reason. But we have to adjust to that or react to that because we still have
we got a lot to adjust to.
Yeah, we have
the upcoming season for Arsenal.
Yeah, and he may have been the solution to one of our problems, but now that he's gone elsewhere, we must solve that problem. And if you're Bertha, what do you do now?
My thing is that I think Bertha's getting thrown into a bad position because everything you, me, the whole crew, you, me, Shane, Jez, DJ B, Normski, Lee, Northside, the whole gang. Everything that we've been saying about the mismanagement of money at this club is starting to come into fruition. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody can sit here and tell me that we're not making moves because we're not borderline having problems with PSR. No, nobody can tell me that. I've broken this down. Look at the Solis transfer. You sold Trossard for 15 million pounds. You turned around, took that 15 million pounds and laid that as the down payment for Solis. Now, Solis is only on 90,000 pounds a week, so he's getting half the money that Trossard is on. The money that we're saving off the salary is basically what they're trying to set up for the 5 years over the books to pay for the rest of him. That's because we have no money. So if you're Berta, tell Mikel, tell the rest of the board, no, we're selling Havertz, Odegaard, and Jesus at cut rate deals because we have to get these salaries off the fucking books. They got to go, man. We're talking nearly 800. We're actually, if you do 280, 265 is 545, and Odegaard, that's 785,000 a week in salary for just those three guys, and two of them are bench players.
Yeah,
that's got to go. That's a little over $3 million a month.
Yeah, the salary it's a mad thing, and you know the crazy thing about it is we went through a rut there when the salary. We went through a rut because we had crazy salary. We had Aubameyang on this, Lacazette on that, and then only to get right back into it. You know, it's like paying off your credit card and then
remaxing it back.
So you got 4 credit cards. You did a consolidation loan, paid off all 4 of them, and then just went on another shopping spree and just ran it crazy. You know, I mean, it's mad. I do like this question from Chike though. Back into the college basketball, you know, because even though I do hate that, because he was the coach when I was hating on him when they were winning and shit. But to rank him, I would call out names like Mike, Roy,
Izzo, Larry,
Izzo,
Thomas,
Dean Smith,
Smith. Bobby Knight.
What was the one at UCLA when Stacey?
When they won all them fucking titles.
Who was that one? Yeah, whatever his name is. That Hurley. Yeah, Hurley.
You know who else too? The guy that won the national championship. They made the movie about him with the team in El Paso. He was the coach for El Paso, Texas basketball for a long time, and he put out a lot of good young talent too. It's the Disney movie where it was the first ever team to play with all black players that won the national championship.
Oh, Glory Road movie.
Glory Road. The coach from there should be honored because I think he's like top 6 or top 7 all time with the most wins in college basketball.
Yeah. So that's when I look at it, Chike. When I look at it where Billy Donovan ranks, I can't put a number on him, but I will just name off those guys, and I'll say
he's not top. Billy Donovan's not top 10.
Yeah, I'll say those guys are ahead of him.
Yeah,
and then he's in that next tier. He's in that Let me see. What do you rate that Italian boy from that used to put schools on probation, Calipari? remember Jay Calipari, because he coached at Memphis. Put them on probation. Then he went to Kansas?
He put him on probation because Derrick Rose was fucking didn't take the SATs and got caught throwing up the GD sign when he was drunk getting drafted.
Yo, listen. But you know what? We can just tell you. Listen, the top 5 is probably Dean, Roy, Mike, Bobby Knight, but yeah, Billy. Yeah, Billy is outside the top 10 looking in.
He's outside top 15, probably outside top 20. Yeah. John Wooden is the guy from UCLA. He's number 1.
Yeah.
He had 88 straight games. It was like 3 straight years they went undefeated. I think that was the Kareem days when Kareem won all those national titles with UCLA. But no, they're no.
Yeah. Arsenal may go down with the injury bug. But we are down with the injury bug right now, bro. We sent 3 unfit players to the World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and one got sent home and 2 played. Well, shit, we sent 4. We got Saliba, Rice,
Saka,
and Timber. And one got sent home, and the other 3. You know, Declan Rice played the same amount of games in Spain. You know, the maximum of games you could play at the World Cup was 8. He played 8 games, but with that 3rd place playoff. Now, there was some huge discourse on the 3rd place playoff on whether or not the goals in the third place game should count. Did you see that story?
Yeah.
About the Mbappe stat pad? Because it was a stat padding exhibition.
Stat padding.
And then people are like, yeah, 4 goals. Like each team conceded 4 goals and a half. Because whenever you in the semifinal, final, you're not scoring 4 goals on Spain on France. And they were down 4-0 at halftime. And then the game ended 6-4. So there's a huge discourse of whether or not they should just scrap that game altogether, or but yeah, you're gonna have to count the goals. You must.
Injury bug is bad, dude. The Saliba alone is bad.
Yeah, a lot of people hate the Jayhawks, man. It might be because of that damn Calipari, bro. You know what I'm saying? He is a stain. That brother is like, didn't he coach the Brooklyn Nets for a minute?
I think so, yeah.
And he coached in the NBA for a little
while.
while.
You know who I always liked, who was the Italian coach, was the guy from Louisville, Patino.
Bobby, is that the one that got caught with a side chick on the bike? Listen, Italians in sports. Listen, you put Italians in sports, you gonna get a story, Matter of fact, did the Falcons hire him? The Falcons had hired him for a while, right? And then that scandal made they fired his ass because he got caught with the side chick on the bike. He ran off the road. He must have saw his wife's little SUV.
Patino was banging a lot of girls. That motherfucker was walking out in 3-piece Armani suits to go coach a basketball game. At 7 years old, still looked like he was 45 with that slick back. It was pulling ass everywhere.
Yeah. You know what? No. I'm mixing up Rick Pitino with Bobby Petrino. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Bobby Petrino was the one. No, Patino got caught. Yeah. Louisville got caught. There were like 2 super sponsors that like paid like 5 or 6 different kids to go to Louisville under the table. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, Patino was screwing around on the side. I think he was banging like one of the like the principal or the dean of the schools. Like he was banging his side piece.
Yeah.
And got himself in trouble with that. Patino was a dog.
They should have known. Like once Patino showed up at the game in a white suit. You remember that? That brother showed up to coach a college basketball game in a white suit. You should know he was out here clapping cheeks.
Come on, man. You can't put no Italian down in Louisville. They don't know what that is over there.
He is. But, so where is he in the order? I mean, he's above Billy Donovan.
He's Patino's top 15.
Yeah.
He's top 15 easy.
Yeah. Listen, there's been some fantastic college coaches over the years. Yeah. I'm gonna lie. Yeah, Bill Self. Yeah, those some wonderful coaches, man. They recruit well, and they build these programs that are just mammoth. You know what I'm saying?
What Calipari did at Kentucky was ridiculous too. I think didn't Calipari have 10 straight years? He had the most kids in the NBA by like a mile.
Yeah, he was putting them out, man. Because I remember
the first one was Okafor.
Yeah.
It was like Jahlil Okafor. I think the first one was Anthony Davis. Then right after, like the next year, Jahlil Okafor came through or something like that.
Yeah, he was putting out some serious numbers, man. And Bill Self is the Jayhawks guy, right? Yeah. So he was putting guys like Drew Gooden in the league.
Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce, Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, they were doing some good bits. Back into the football from Kwaja. Skill, Neymar is clear, but I would say mentality. But then Bale went to Madrid, and did he really give a fuck? Like, he was playing golf.
He was playing golf.
Yeah, didn't learn the language, but because he knows he had ridiculous tech, this is a good one. Shit, man.
I'm gonna go with Bale just because of longevity. He had longer longevity than Neymar did.
I would go with Bale as well because of big moments and big games, right? Even though he was a gift from what was that keeper name? Keeper. The one that ended up on a 3-year loan and shit.
The German
Karius.
Listen, if you ever seen Karius's wife, bless you.
Mm-hmm. Was she one of them?
Smoke.
Yeah.
She's the do you ever watch DAZN?
Yeah.
She's the blonde-haired, badass body Italian chick.
Shit.
Yeah, he scored. Listen, he was shit on the field, but he scored big off the field.
Big on the field. Did you see a 49-year-old Shakira at the Super Bowl? I mean, I said the Super Bowl, the World Cup performance. You know, I swear I thought she was like lower 40s. I didn't know she was 49, bro.
Shakira still got it.
Yeah, pushing 50 and still got your shit together. You know, and especially in Hollywood where the pressure is on for you to stay.
Them hips still don't lie at 50 years old, bro.
Yeah, I was like, God damn.
I would wear Shakira's ass as a hat.
Michelle Dunn, we need to get some ballers in. Any truth to the Bartisvili deal? Nah, brother. Listen, when it's Arsenal, it's linked, it's monitored, it's this and that. Until the man are holding up the shirt, even when personal terms didn't agree with us, we still have to, we have to pause with it. Because there is some. I was reading leading up to the transfer window. I'm hearing about 330 million war chest based on the payouts that we've gotten for our finishes and our Champions League run. Yeah, but if you take into consideration our damn salaries, man, the PSR, because we just put Saka on 300, right?
And the fact that we can't sell players.
Yeah, put Saka on. Our center backs are on 200 deep, right?
300 now. He's on 300 now.
Yeah, and when you look at Timber renegotiating, one of the best right backs in the league, if not the best right back in the league, and he was on 90.
Same with David Raya.
Yeah,
same with Raya. He's gonna renegotiate too. He's not even on 100. He'll be 180, close to 200,000 a week too soon.
Yeah, so it's mad. So, boom. Question for you: what's more likely to happen next year? Right, Arsenal repeating, or that Man United brother cutting his hair?
Man United cutting his hair.
Mr. 5 games in a row.
Dude, that hair is serious.
I don't know if he's still going with that shit, but I'm sure United didn't win 5 games last year. On the
bro, there's got to be birds fucking building nests in that shit at that point. The last time I saw his hair. There's gotta be owls or some shit living in that hair that he's got now, man.
Yeah, because at least this year, maybe he just have to stay all comps because they have Champions League football this year. So the group phase or the league phase.
I think for him it's 5 games in a row. Doesn't matter what the competition is.
It's gonna have to be, because if it's 5 Premier League games, that brother, it's gonna be a medical emergency. He's gonna have to cut. You know what?
He's up there.
Yeah, he is, but I'm not putting him up against Mike and Dean and Roy and Bob. So you could make a case for him to be in like between 7 and 9-ish. You know what I'm saying? But the college, there's just even this guy. So
because Huggins did well with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Bill Walton's up there too.
Yes.
Huggins, but see, the thing is, like with Huggins, he was good with he's got crazy records as far as wins, but he doesn't have a national championship as far as I remember with Huggins.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
He's got 2 Final Four appearances. That's it. He's got crazy amount of wins, but that's the thing. He doesn't have the national championship. Like Izzo got Michigan State. Michigan State was never thought to be a basketball program until Tom Izzo fucking kicked them in the ass. The last time Michigan State was a good fucking basketball program was Magic Johnson being over there. That was it.
It's a Magic get up. Oh dear.
Williams is up there too. The one that just recently retired from UNC, he's up there too for the great college basketball.
That's what I meant when I say Roy. So I say Dean and Roy and Mike.
Yeah,
them 3. But like there's no fucking about. Now he couldn't coach in today's modern day, but Bobby Knight, you know what I'm saying?
Bobby Knight would have got so many lawsuits if he was the coach. Right?
But Bobby Knight, he coached Isaiah Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So
he did.
You know what I'm saying?
He did.
And back then,
the man was throwing chairs across the freaking
beating kids. He was putting hands on people. You know what I'm saying? So that type of I rate it. It was a different time. And I rate it. So But yeah, he said he braided it over the summer. He might have. He must have. Yeah, John Wooden, Coach K, Dean Smith, Roy, Jim Calhoun, Tim, Tom Izzo, Rick Pitino, Coach Cal. Yeah, man, lots. It's the college basketball coaching lineage is rich. You know, very, very rich. So, and them guys, in college where you're the man, they can do well, but then they will come to the NBA and it's kind of like it's a transition that not a lot of coaches can make. Because like, where do you think Nick Saban ranks as college football coaches all time?
Oh, he's number one.
Right, and he failed in the NFL.
He was dog shit.
Yeah,
who was the guy that was the head coach in North Carolina for the long time? He tried going to the pros and got the shit slapped out of him.
UNC?
No, not UNC. The Gamecocks.
Oh, Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier. Remember when he went to the NFL? That motherfucker had like two straight 13-loss seasons when he went to the NFL. College and NFL is a different ball game.
Yeah, he was at the Redskins, wasn't he? That's where he went.
Yeah, when they were terrible.
Yeah. And I think they ended up getting rid of him to hire Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Schottenheimer was a good coach, by the way,
Yeah, but that Redskins era was dog shit.
Like, Marty Schottenheimer had his best time when he was coaching the Chargers.
Yeah.
When he had Drew Brees and LT and Gabe, but he made a big blunder when he traded Drew Brees.
Yeah,
I think that was a big problem for him. Now, speaking of which,
what do you make of Ryan Clark's firing at ESPN?
ESPN, they do these weird cuts every year. They'll pay Pat McAfee and Stephen A. all of their budget, and then have to cut people, and then you'll end up with like these other former players who are trying to get their media career are willing to work for peanuts just for the exposure. Like, that's how Perk got in, because no one would look at Perk's basketball resume and be like, yeah, that's the guy that we need to analyze basketball. You know what I mean? But now he is, and the takes that he has made this year, because he was one of the guys that was high on the Knicks from the beginning, he has validated his position, because he and like two other people were saying Jalen Brunson is the guy. And everyone was giving him shit. And now he came back with all the receipts and was saying, yo, I said this then, and I got to give it up to him, because I used to cuss him out. What the hell is Perk talking about? You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them ones. Now, what do you think? I read a report today, man, that Patrick Mahomes is cleared to take one on play 11 on 11 now. And he's clear, and he's good to take contact, blah, blah, blah. Is the league in trouble? Is Pat going to be back like Rodri after the ACL, or you think the Chiefs are going to have a stink of a year?
I don't know. I think it depends who they may add to the team. I think it may depend on who they add to the team. I don't. First off, I'm never going to bet against Pat Mahomes, because Pat Mahomes is already one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. And I'll be honest with you, I'm never betting against Andy Reid.
Good coach, man.
Reid doesn't get the respect. I still think Andy Reid doesn't get the respect he deserves with what he's done as far as the game of football. I mean, you look at Pat Mahomes is what he is, but look what he did with a lot less at quarterback. I mean, he had Donovan McNabb considered a top 5 best quarterback in the league for a long period of time. And as soon as Donovan McNabb left Andy Reid, he was dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, when you look at what Michael Vick was in Atlanta, and then the fact that Michael Vick, if Andy Reid had Michael Vick from the beginning, what you see him doing with Pat Mahomes, he would have done that with Michael Vick.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Who the hell was the Falcons quarterback when they drafted Vic? I mean, their coach. Who was it? Who was coaching?
I know the coach when they lost to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, I believe was Jim Mora Jr.
Jim Mora playoffs. That guy.
No, that's his dad.
Okay.
I believe that was his dad or his uncle who did that.
Was it Jim Mora?
I'm trying to remember.
he did.
Vic came in what, 02? That would have been Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves was 97 to 03. Because I think Dan Reeves was the moron that made him trade I forget the Chandler, the quarterback at the time that was decent with them. And then after Reeves, they had that bum from the Cowboys come in, Wade Phillips. Boy, was he dog shit. And then they had Jim Mora for 04 to 06.
Okay, that Jim Mora. Okay, now I remember because Jim Mora, he went back to college, didn't he? He ended up
yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Okay, yes. Yeah, that was him. Okay, that's the guy that I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, him. Yeah, like I think Andy Reid would have worked miracles with Michael Vick, being able to run with a big arm, especially with Brian Westbrook, in the backfield. Yeah, that's some.
Could you imagine that cannon of an arm that Michael Vick had, just throwing straight shots down the field to fucking James Thrash, Todd Pinkston, and T.O.? It'd have been lights out.
Yeah. I think T.O. was trying to tell us something, I think the whole time T.O. was there was like, this McNabb guy ain't really, what y'all hype him up to be. I mean, I'm making him look good.
Yeah.
but T.O. was the wrong messenger because he was
nuts.
Yeah, he was labeled as the problem teammate. You know what I'm saying? Because but T.O. he had the numbers.
T.O.'s top 3, top 4 greatest wide receivers of all time in my book.
Yeah, he had the numbers to back it up, man. But yeah, they did do Ryan Clark dirty at us, the monster. But ESPN, they give zeros, bro. They give zeros.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ryan Clark deserved to get fired after that stupid shit with that. He said that Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Peyton Manning were generational quarterbacks, and you're gonna try to say Andrew Luck was generational. What the fuck you talking about, dude?
He said Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and who else wasn't generational?
Peyton Manning. He said his thinking was, the way he described it was, if you look at Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Dan Marino, you don't really see a generational quarterback from what you see from them. He goes, but then when you look at the likes of Cam Newton or John Elway, those are generational. I go, brother, if you're talking about because they can scramble, I'm sorry, scrambling quarterbacks don't win fucking Super Bowls like that. That's been a new thing. And even now, it's still controlled running.
Did he think that Ben Roethlisberger was generational? The guy he played with?
He's a generational asshole.
Oh, Big Ben. Like, yeah, bro, for you to say Tom Brady, now maybe if you're basing that off his draft stock, because he was drafted at number 199 or some shit? Damn near.
Yeah, 199 or 198 or something.
Yeah, if you're going by that, well, surely then, yeah.
But then again, Peyton Manning was a number 1 overall pick and was a stud in college. So how do you even come to that conclusion?
Yeah, and I read Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was good. He was
all right. He was okay.
Yeah, he was good. But you're replacing that guy.
Yeah,
there is no replacing Peyton Manning.
But here's the thing: if we really get into it, where does John Elway rank on the top quarterbacks of all time? Because I don't think Elway's as good as everybody tries to hype him up.
John Elway, see, I think he was good. I think he was really good. But you had one of the best running. The game was different. Right? Correct. The game was absolutely different when
he also had a good wide receiver core. He had Rod Smith, Ed McCaffrey, and Shannon Sharp, along with TD.
Yeah, you weren't throwing the ball 50 times a game when John Elway played. And when you have Terrell Davis, who was a first down waiting to happen, the game was different. So, but I do think he's Hall of Fame worthy, and I do think he had a very, very, very good career. But like my quarterbacks, I'm looking at the GOATs. You're looking at Joe, you're looking at Steve. Even Staubach. As much as I hate the Cowboys.
Facts.
These are the big boys that really, even Dan, even though he didn't win, to throw for. And this is one of the things about NFL stats that will annoy me, that every Tom, Dick, and Harry will throw for 5,000 yards now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when you look at Dan Marino throwing for 5,000 yards back then, when this illegal contact, holding another arm, wasn't motherfucker could be on your back the whole route.
Yep.
And no flag was thrown. Now you bump someone and they go review pass interference.
If I go like this, Taryn, if I go like this to you, and after 3 seconds after you throw the ball, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. So even Drew Brees, even some of the Dan Marino's record that Drew Brees broken I'm not gonna say put an asterisk next to it, but Drew Brees couldn't have done that when Dan did it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
You couldn't touch Marcus Coulson. You couldn't touch Darren Sproles coming out the back. You could, the game was completely different. Play-by-play announcers. Shit. Jim Nance. And these are some big boy names, big boy names. But yeah, I didn't see Marv Albert. And where is his name? There's another guy, Kevin Harlan. There it is. You got him in there. One of the big voices, big voices, man.
That's a good one.
But where's Mike Breen? Where's Mike Breen, Chike? I don't see Mike Breen with the bang. You know what I'm saying? There's a Brunson for 3. Bang.
As somebody who grew up on football, who loved football, I'm gonna tell you this: there wasn't much better than watching a Monday Night Football, listening to Al Michaels and John Madden.
Yeah, I think you know what they named the game after Madden and all that stuff, but when you would listen to Al Michaels talk and how he would break down a footballing play, it was like listening to Hubie Brown talk basketball.
Yeah.
It was just like he was taking you on a journey and how this play is going to develop, the audibles, this, that. Yeah, Al Michaels, man, top guy. Top guy. Well, these are some legendary announcers, man. Yeah. That's a good
Hubie Brown's up there too. Hubie Brown knows more basketball than everybody put together has forgotten.
That's my guy, man. I rate Hubie Brown highly.
Yeah. Hubie Brown. You know who too? Doc Emery and Eddie Olczyk for hockey.
Mm-hmm.
They were the best, especially covering the Stanley Cups for a long period. Doc Emery was the fucking man for me when looking at hockey. Baseball, come on, man. Now for the New York Yankees. Come on, man. What we doing here?
It don't even sound right when someone else says it. It should be like trademark to him. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. They should have recorded his voice.
Yeah.
They should have recorded every word in the English dictionary with his voice so they could just continue to use his voice.
Yeah. Big facts. Yeah, man.
Who's another good one? Who's the drunk that was the announcer in the Major League movies? He's in real life, he's for the Brewers. He's a fucking classic.
I forgot his name. I know
Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
Remember the first Major League movie, he throws the ball into the stands just a bit outside.
Big up the NFC Monster, man. Yeah, we saw this. We touched on this earlier. We did about a 20-minute segment on it. But we'll just say, like, I was of the opinion that Brian was going to choose the path of least resistance to the final. So I knew he was going to come east. So, once the Sixers made that trade, it kind of, it makes basketball sense, and they have a very good GM there who's going to fill out that roster, I hope. Michigan State beat Florida in 2000, which Tom Izzo's only chip, the last Big Ten to win the national championship in basketball. Also, what's the best division in college basketball now?
Big East.
I mean,
Big East's been the best in college basketball since 2000.
This used to not be a conversation. Like, basketball was ACC.
Yep.
And football was SEC. And then you will get, the Big 10, the Big 12, or the Pac-10, we'll throw in a USC here and there and this and that.
Yeah.
But
SEC, you go to war every week in football and that conference.
Yeah, man. But the damn conference, the shit's so corrupt now. I don't even know where do the conferences even make sense anymore?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because Notre Dame is kind of vindicated because they get primetime games and get it put in the conversations without joining the conference.
Yeah, which isn't right, but it's been that way since the fucking 70s with Notre Dame. That's why I hate Notre Dame is all that crap. Yeah. Notre Dame should never be allowed to play in a national championship game, in my opinion. As long as you do this nonsense where we have to play Army, Navy, okay. Mm-hmm. Big. You're only guaranteed games every year with Notre Dame is Army, Navy, and Michigan.
Yeah.
Because that's their rival. Besides that, they cherry pick all their little people that they want so that they can try to get comped lunch so they could try to make a national championship until they actually get into a conference, they should not be allowed to play in a national championship ever again, in my opinion. I think it's nonsense.
Big facts. And you know what, Chike? I take back my take earlier when you asked the question of what college basketball team and football team I hate the most. This should have came to mind. I don't know how Notre Dame didn't come to mind, but it should have.
I hate Notre Dame.
You know what I'm
I hate Notre Dame.
This is the one. Anyone outside of South Bend, Indiana, who's not Catholic, hate these motherfuckers. And you know,
hey, I'm Italian. I'm not first communion or confirmation. I'm supposed to be Catholic. I don't even like the motherfuckers being Catholic.
But I do rate Charlie Wise though. You know, I rate him as a coach. But you know, that program, don't like them.
No,
Big up to Suge. Now, Suge, my brother. Now that the NBA, LeBron has said where he's going, that we know that you will be coming to the Garden with your Spurs on Christmas Day. So you know, we'll put a tenner on that game. You know, I'll say Knicks by 5. You know? I think we'll get you by 5 in those games. You know what I'm saying? But outside looking in for the NFL coming up, are you? How far are you projecting the Chiefs? AFC West champs?
I think they win. Yeah, I think they win the division. I don't know if they go to the Super Bowl.
Oh shit. All right,
don't know if they go to the Super Bowl.
All right, let's do this. Let me go around the conferences and you just tell me rapid fire who you think is going to win the conference. Yeah, I mean win the division.
Mm-hmm.
All right, NFC East. John Harbaugh at the helm. You know, at least 5 more wins. Even with that, I think the Eagles win it still.
I think the Giants will come. I think the Giants will be closer. I agree with you. I think Harbaugh should bring about 5 more wins. But I don't know if you guys are good enough for a wild card spot just yet. I think if you do make the playoffs, you're probably going to be the last seed.
Yeah, I think Philly will win the division.
But I think Philly win the division.
Well, I think we'll be jocking.
Listen, I'm praying the Cowboys don't make the playoffs. Shout out to Gary. I do love you, Gary. You're a good dude, but I can't stand the fucking Cowboys.
South, NFC South.
That's a toss-up without shit that
is. And you know what? This division used to be one of the divisions where
killers.
Yeah, you know, and one team would win it the next year, and next year they'll be at the bottom, and you know, the Tampa Bay would be up there, Atlanta, blah blah blah. But this year,
I don't know, man.
Toss up between
you know what? I'm gonna go Tampa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Tampa.
Bucks or Falcons, and
I'm gonna say Tampa.
West, the champs,
Rams.
Over the Seahawks.
I think the Rams win the division this year. I think the Seahawks drop off by just like a game or 2. I think it's so close.
Wow.
I think whoever wins the division is going to go like 13-3, and then second place is going to be like 12-4.
Okay. All right. Your division.
I am dreading because as someone who's a normal Bears fan and sees the bullshit, this is normally the year where we have a mediocre year. Mm-hmm. But I am going to say that I'm going to stick with the Bears because I don't trust the Packers. And I think the Lions have lost too much for them to turn around and win the division. But I do expect all 3 teams to make the playoffs in the East.
Okay. AFC East. Drake May and them boys.
Drake May. I see the Patriots winning. Yeah.
Okay. No, Josh Allen. Is this going to be another 12-3? I mean, 12-5.
He sucks. I think he's overrated.
The MVP.
I'm not a fan of Josh Allen whatsoever.
Yeah.
No. He's what I consider a regular season all-star. He's fantastic when the pressure's not on, and once that pressure hits, that boy cracks.
AFC South.
Ooh.
At some point, Trevor Lawrence got to do something in this fucking league, man. Like, he was drafted high enough that he.
Did you ever watch The Sopranos?
Mm-hmm.
They said that Trevor Lawrence is the offspring of Furio and Carmela Soprano.
I can see it now. If that brother learn how to speak with an Italian accent, he could pull that off. Yeah, I can see it now. Matter of fact, I can see it so much I might not be able to unsee it every time I look at Trevor. The reference, you know, it's gonna always keep coming back. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Houston.
Houston. Yeah, I think
I don't believe Jacksonville and the Tennessee Titans should be ashamed of themselves with that new fucking logo they got.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning the West, and it's going to be I think it's a tough division, but I think they do win it. What you saying for the AFC?
I think they win the West. The interesting one's going to be the North because Cincinnati's getting guys back that were hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh and Baltimore, I still think is going to be a dogfight. The only thing with me is I don't know what the Steelers are going to do without Mike Tomlin. So I think I may lean towards Baltimore to win the division this year.
I don't trust. Well, yeah. You know what? Lamar Jackson, you just said regular season all-star.
Exactly.
That's what I think of him. You know, so
exactly.
yeah.
I completely agreed.
Yeah.
I think Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are two of the most overrated quarterbacks that I've seen in the NFL for a long time. They're stat stuffers. They're awesome they're kind of like, if you were to translate it over to basketball, those two guys are like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Awesome stat stuffers in the regular season. When crunch time comes, falls apart.
Yeah, James Harden too. I'll put James Harden.
Exactly.
Balling his ass off.
Yeah.
And then playoffs come and can't complete a pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, did we skip any of the AFC divisions? West?
No, we got West, South, North,
and East. Okay.
And East. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm ready for some the training camp.
I'll tell you what though, the one team I think that will be a wild card as far as throw people off, I do think the Broncos. I think that Bo Nix is a decent quarterback, and I think the Broncos, if they can add a couple pieces to that defense, I think they could give a lot of teams problems in the AFC.
Man, I had given up on the Broncos many years ago, and then they signed Peyton Manning, won a Super Bowl, and then what's happened since is what I've expected, because I used to follow the AFC West faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when LaDainian Tomlinson was there, and this is the division. That
was the funnest division to watch back then.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
you had LT, Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers, and Darren Sproles at San Diego. Well, San Diego back then.
That was Marty Ball. That was Marty Schottenheimer and North Turner as the offensive coordinator. It was electrifying.
That's a shout. North Turner. I ain't heard that name in a long
time. Head coach. Do not give him a head coach.
Dog shit.
You talk about that Wade Phillips. Make him a defensive coach. Do not make him a head coach.
Facts.
But yeah, that Chargers team was lit. That was so that
the Raiders.
The Raiders.
The Raiders were decent because that was John Gruden's Raiders before he upped and bolted to Tampa Bay. They had a good team with Rich Gannon, Tim Brown, Porter, Jerry Rice eventually went there. Then you had
well, Randy was there, but Randy didn't want to be there. You can tell that Randy didn't.
Yeah, Randy came at the tail end of all that.
His heart wasn't in it at
all. Same with Warren Sapp. He left Tampa, went out to Oakland, and it wasn't what it was. Yeah. You had them, Kansas City, you had Tony Gonzalez, Trent Green, and my man Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes, Preacher man.
Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes was a legit every down back, but that's when you had every down backs. You wouldn't have guys coming out on second down for another running back. When the running backs were coming out of the game, then it was a shotgun formation. Everybody lined up. We're throwing this. Yeah, and that's when you needed to be accurate.
Not only that. That was back when they still used the fucking fullback. You don't even see a fullback anymore in the game nowadays.
Yeah, like what's that? Like there's the only way you'll see a fullback if someone converts someone now, because no kid in college is training how to be Lorenzo Neal.
No.
I think Lorenzo Neal was the last great.
And who was the dude on Oakland was really good for a while too. He was on that Super Bowl team when they lost to Tampa. He was a really good fullback for a while. Zach Crockett.
Oh shit! Oh, Croc man. Yeah. So that the Raiders team was really good. And then who was on Denver back then? Yeah, Denver
still had Rod Smith, Ed McCaffrey. I think this was the time where it was Jake Plummer that took over as the quarterback, and then right after Elway was down, and then after that came into the drunk Cutler.
Yeah, and was Brandon Marshall there?
Yes.
Brandon Marshall.
Yes. Brandon Marshall was there. Brandon Marshall replaced Rod Smith and Ed McCaffrey, and I'm forgetting who the tight end was. They had a decent tight end over there too.
Yeah.
And I think, wasn't that when Von Miller got there too?
Van Miller drafted. He got drafted. I think Von Miller got drafted around like 08, 09.
Yeah, he was there with the Cutler before Cutler got sent to the Bears.
Yeah, because Von Miller peaked and took him to the Super Bowl in 2014.
Yeah,
2014 when they they beat the Panthers, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was Cam Newton and them.
Yep.
Yeah. Joe Buck called. Did he? They let Joe Buck call the World Series?
I can't stand him.
Really?
I think Joe Buck is dog shit. I think he's one of the worst announcers of all time.
Yeah, I didn't even know that he called World Series.
Mm-hmm. Remember, he called the World Series when the Yankees lost to the Dodgers.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And he was talking shit the whole time subliminally because his father, if I remember correctly, his father was the play-by-play for the Cardinals for a long time.
That would make sense. It would make sense for him to do that. But I don't. If
he
it
sucks.
I don't think I could sit there and listen to Joe Buck call a baseball.
He's the quintessential douchebag.
Yeah, I couldn't, man. I don't know. Matter of fact, and it's not even a rival tribal thing because I actually like listening to Tony Romo call a football game. I think he's really good.
I think he's been the best guy calling football since Madden died, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, he's good, man. Sometimes he's talking about, but this can't be the same Tony Romo that couldn't read the defense because maybe his ass needed a different view because he
couldn't read the laws of the street. He just got pulled over for an OWI the last 2 days. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And if you see that picture, that boy was drinking.
He was toasted, yeah. Oh, Lord. And it's the off season, man. CBS will probably just, hey, man. Slap on the wrist. Don't let it happen again.
Hey, he was drinking like it was back in the day when you were first learning. You was drinking that Erkin jerk.
Yeah. Hey, don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Because like back in the day, now that I'm retired, I can say this shit. I used to get like those 2-liter Coke bottles. Pour them motherfucker out, empty them out, and fill them up with E&J. Tighten them back up, put them in tough boxes, and take them to Afghanistan with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, people would come to the arms room
when you open them up, though.
Right now. Because I used to store them in the arms room where all the weapons were. No one could go in there. It's limited access. You know what I'm saying? The commander would come down and see all these Coke bottles and say, don't open that bottle. Do not open that bottle. Yeah, because there's dog. Listen, a deployment be a year long, Gianni. There's some dog days. There's some days that you don't do shit. You know, there's 2-3 days that nothing happens. You know what I mean? So
and you get bored.
Yeah, we used to kill the time, man. You learn how to play chess, and you learn how to do this, and you learn how
were you guys putting dots on scorpions and having them fight one another when you were out in the Middle East? Because I remember my uncle telling me stories about that. They would gamble on scorpions fighting.
Yeah, man. We used to make up shit to pass the time, depending on what time of year it was. And if it was winter time, you know, we get some snow. You know, we'll do some cold weather training, you know what I'm saying, if you will. But yeah, man, I used to that Erkin jerk, man, because it was cheap. It was the cheapest brandy because I was like a private, you know, E5 between being a private. I didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't go buy Hennessy or Grey Goose, you know what I'm saying? So a fifth of Erkin jerk would
get you right.
Yeah, it would fill it up, and you know,
it was back then. See, there used to be, you remember when this will be a throwback for a lot of you youngins. You guys may not have ever seen one of these. You remember when Borders partnered up with Starbucks?
Oh yeah,
Borders bookstores. You can go get a cup of coffee in there, and that was like the start of the college kids going to like the coffee shops to do their schoolwork and shit. Back in the day. We used to steal the textbooks, and we'd go back to the you know how like the colleges all have the buyback stores to buy the textbooks back, and then they'll resell it to the kids. It's basically like hand-me-down shit. So like we would steal the textbooks, take it back to the buyback store, cash out. We're like 12, 13 years old. We'd get like a homeless guy, throw him like $10 so he can get his little cheap plastic bottle of vodka and go buy us booze. I remember when we were kids, we started out with Erkin jerk and a nasty ass 211 Steel Reserve. That should have
malt liquor. Yeah, man.
That should have put hair on your chest at 12 years. At 12, 13.
On top of the Erkin jerk, I would have the Erkin jerk in one. And if that box got caught or confiscated by the MPs or customs, I would have some Colt 45 over here, some 211, you know, malt liquor. Because, you know what I'm saying? You need stuff that could get you. You know what I'm saying? The options are very
Yeah.
the pickings were slim, you know what I'm saying, Flybury? I tell you what, most people watch this shit on Telemundo or on mute.
Yep. That's what I did.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
it wasn't on Telemundo, it was on mute.
Right, that Taylor Twellman and that Stoop, listen, they're not good at it. You know what I'm saying?
None of them are.
Yeah, they suck.
Not only are they not good, they also are part of the reason why Americans get a bad rap that we don't know what we're talking about when it comes to ball. Alexi Lawless is the king of idiots.
Yeah, he's a dumbass, bro.
That dude, I think we talked about this. You know, this idiot actually tried to have a conversation to say that Weston McKennie is better than McAllister coming into this tournament. Like, what are you talking about here, dude?
They should cut his mic. The minute he said that should have been like there should be someone like a gatekeeper of football commentary. And when someone starts to say dumb shit, they just cut his mic, and then the host will say we're having some technical difficulties, and then go on to someone else.
Facts.
Can't be out here just embarrassed. This is meant to be showcase the word, showcase that these United States or Americans can talk the game. Nah, brother. Like Taylor Twellman, that brother,
he's an idiot.
He would say something when he's trying to break down the formation, and to the non-footballing person, it would sound good. It would sound like he's actually saying something. But someone who actually knows the game and knows what his spaces are, and knows what fullbacks are supposed to do, know what a 10 is supposed to do, it would just it wouldn't make any sense. And I'm like, yeah, I know and this is why when I go on streams when I just started YouTube, I would go on streams, right? And I would talk for 2 minutes, and then I'd watch the chat, and the chat will be like, oh shit, it's a yank, he don't know anything. But 10 minutes into the conversation, it would change. Yep. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, bro, if you know the game, you know the game. But those fuckers, man, they do a horrible job of punditry. You know what I'm saying? And
same with that moron Landon Donovan.
Oh Lord, I didn't even hear him. I don't know what network he was on.
He wasn't. He's got that stupid fucking podcast. I don't know how Tim Howard doesn't bitch slap him. That guy's an idiot. I can't stand Landon Donovan.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is
talk about a narcissist.
Who's gonna? Has Pulisic had a better career than him so far? Because these were meant to be the two guys that.
Let's be honest. Landon Donovan ain't better than Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey's better than Landon Donovan, in my opinion. If we're really going to look at American players, I'm taking Clint Dempsey, I'm taking Tim Howard, and I'm taking Jermaine Jones over fucking Landon Donovan, and that's just a start.
Landon, man. Look, like his last World Cup was the 2010 one, right? He didn't play in 2014, did he?
No, he pulled out and then cried like a bitch when Klinsmann left him off the team when he said, "I'm too good for the training" in 2012. And then complained, bitched, and moaned. Landon Donovan, to me, is Landon Donovan. He's starting to change his tune now because he doesn't want to get exposed that he's an idiot. But yeah, Flybury, that's why we didn't listen to the game. We either listened to it in Spanish or we did, like Terrence said, we muted it. We weren't going to listen to that dumb shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so I apologize on the behalf of football lovers around the world who have to listen to that shit, bro.
But like Kobe Jones is better than him.
Yeah.
The thing is this. That's all cool that you stat padded in the U.S. When you went to Europe, you got bitch slapped.
Yeah. And as I asked the question about who's had the better careers between him and Pulisic, I don't think one, even though I don't rate Chelsea like up there. I don't. At least Pulisic signed for them and played for them. I don't think Landon would.
Yeah, Landon signed for Everton, and they said no, we don't want this piece of shit, and send him back half a season in.
Yeah. So
no, he's over. The reason why I have so much hate for Landon Donovan was after the U.S. failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2018. I think that's the Russian World Cup. After we failed to qualify, this idiot went on a campaign for months talking about Christian Pulisic shouldn't play in Europe anymore. He should come back to the United States and be the face of MLS. What are we doing here? Landon Donovan is a part of that old bullshit crowd, like with that, I forget the fat idiot that was the coach. Bruce Arena. All them idiots. Oh, we're not taking any of the foreign-born American players. Why?
That's the worst approach to take, because essentially you're creating a whole nother layer of eliminating talent, which is what U.S. soccer is anyway. Because most of the guys who make it aren't the best of anything. You just didn't capture the talent because you have the pay-to-play system. And 94 to 2026, right? I think if you give any other big nation with the resources and money that America has, and you give them 2 World Cups in a 30-year span, you would see a vast improvement in the game. I'm not sure U.S. soccer is anywhere further down than it was in 94.
No,
I'm looking at it like, where do we go from here? Where do they go from here? Because I don't see no academies have been built, no national academies. It's just it's still the, if you're good enough and your parents got the money, you can play.
Which that alone gets rid of 85% of the fucking talent pool.
Right, and you compound that saying you don't want any of the foreign-born American. No, you're gonna end up.
How many? You would know this better than me. How many fucking army or military brats, as they're known as, are born on all these different bases, and because they're born in foreign countries, they're already playing football, and by the time they're 8, they're better than half the fucking kids we got in the States that are 13, 14.
Facts. That's why I loved when I was in Germany. Like, there were service members, like soldiers who worked for me. I would drive them up to Leipzig because Leipzig had one of the best academies where your kid would try out, and if they're good enough, they stay.
Yeah,
like they're not. Hey, you're going home, but the kid is staying. You sign this paper, you sign the contract, you get the stipend and all this stuff, and then every 6 months they get evaluated, and they keep on. And if the kid is not good enough after 2 years, you get the kid. They just release him from the academy.
Yep.
But it's just it's amazing just how. And this is why when I look around, and I'm saying that I used to see kids in like 13, 14 with some amazing tech. This is why I'm so pissed off at Kai Havertz, because I used to ask myself, what part of Germany did this brother grow up? Because I live there and I'm seeing kids with twice the tech, and Kai Havertz was the first footballer I've ever seen tackle himself. Just fall over in the box. Like, how is he so damn clumsy? Like, and I can't blame it on your height, because I know plenty of guys who are 6'4".
That man played at Kaiserslautern.
So I'm thinking his parents might be some of the, compared to like the well-off Americans who can pay for their kids. Like, he must come from that cloth or whatever, but because it wasn't the technical ability, because he just didn't. And I'm like, this brother here, man. Like, I'm waiting for him to kick on. Nah, he ain't kicking on. I'm going to put him on the list of players that come from that league, attacking players that come to this league from that league and struggle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it went wrong with him, but, and he's, apart from soccer signing a bumper contract this year, right? He's the highest earner, no?
Yep. Havertz is still the highest earner.
Yeah, so I don't know if,
but yeah.
I don't know if how big of a stink Stan and Josh made about that. Maybe that was the straw that cost Edu his job, and if that it is, that's a fireable offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's absolutely that is great. We could have 2 really good players on that wage.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying?
More than that.
And to put him on that deal before he even kicked the ball for us was even more egregious. You know what I mean? And
Bro, can I ask you something? Because I made this point, I think a day ago. Doesn't it come off that like Instagram and TikTok are the new scouting departments for all football teams?
Yeah.
Like when you hear this nonsense of, the market's inflated because of this. Well, if the market's inflated, why was United smart enough to go trigger a $30 million release clause for Tielemans, but we weren't?
Yeah.
Why are we getting caught up in all this bullshit?
Yeah. I think it's even bigger than Instagram. It's just compilations.
Yeah.
Because this is compilations is how Mudryk ended up moving to the you know what I'm saying? He's like the poster child of get a camera, go out in a parking lot somewhere, do a couple of tricks and flicks, right? Then you juxtapose that with some Champions League form where you're playing for was it Shakhtar? Shakhtar Donetsk, where when you're playing for Shakhtar Donetsk as a winger, people forget you don't take into account that Shakhtar Donetsk, they don't play possession-based football. So as a winger, when you get the ball, you are going to have acres of space to run into. So you take that with the flicks and the tricks, and you put a montage together, and it comes across Todd Bowley's desk at a time where he needs to spend money. And he was like, who is that guy? Arsenal linked with him? So it's a perfect storm of poor talent ID mixed with social media, mixed with lazy scouting.
Yep.
And bang, you end up with a player that who realize, oh shit, I'm not good, but I'm really fast. Now I'm banned from football, and I can't even try out for the Ukrainian football track team.
He shouldn't have been fucking around with that shit.
Whatever it was, he was on something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was, but he was definitely on something because I haven't heard any appeals or none of that.
He knows.
Yeah, so
hey, he's the football version of OJ Mayo.
OJ Mayo, you know. He went to USC, didn't he?
Huh?
He went to USC, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was at USC. Listen, that USC Farival. That USC, right, the University of Southern California, during that period, may have been the most corrupt program in football. Matter of fact, in college sports, their basketball and their football team.
Yeah, I mean, it's at that time, it's between them and the Hurricanes. Because
Yeah.
you know Miami was fucking corrupt with everybody they were getting.
Yeah. You're right. You're the damn Hurricanes.
What is it? The team that lost to Ohio State with that bum. Who was that idiot that won the running back for Ohio State that won a national championship? Was that Maurice Claret?
The one that got caught with all them guns and shit.
Yeah. That Miami Hurricanes team that lost is the greatest college football team of all time.
Yeah.
I think they got like 5 or 6 Hall of Famers on that damn team, and half the team went to the NFL. That team's ridiculous.
Is that the Willis McGahee and the Ed Reeds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, brother, yeah, they were.
Them are the two. Them are the two. Miami was definitely freaking corrupt, and USC was just ridiculous.
Yeah. When Pete Carroll said he had no idea that Reggie Bush were getting fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had no idea. That man shows up with a Impala on 26-inch rims with TVs in the back. Because back that was the shit, right? That
with
was
the PlayStation 2. Hey, that were the days, boy. That were the fucking days.
And he's playing college football. He is not working because he has to do this, and this. And he is competing for the Heisman. So he's always training or always playing football. And he shows up with this, and you had no idea. Come on, B.
In the early 2000s, you pull up in a Lexus truck. Get the hell out of here. Who you bullshit?
Yeah, and Pete, because he came off as a player's coach. Tried to be the cool guy with the and that, but he knew. Come on, Pete. You knew what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? And then the OJ.
Remember Matt Leinart? Matt Leinart, I think after the second national championship, didn't they all pull away in like somebody's Rolls Royce or some shit after they won the next one? Like, come on, man.
What was that? 05? Is that when they beat Vince Young in Texas? Is that?
Yes.
That one.
Yes, I believe it was that one. Yeah.
That was a bad boy game,
Come on, man. You didn't know what was going on. Get the fuck out of here.
That was a bad boy game of football. Matt Leinart.
Hey, some of the best football games you've ever seen has been college ball.
Yeah. Who was that game against with Boise State where they did that behind the back sneak thing?
Oh man.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Remember that play where the guy had posted his girlfriend right afterwards? Cheeky, I know you know this shit. They even had the name of that play became like a popular bars and restaurants and diners and started naming sandwiches and shit after it.
Yeah. Was it the Statue of Liberty play?
Statue of Liberty play.
In 07, it was
Boise State against somebody. I forgot who they were playing, but
Oklahoma.
It was Oklahoma. Yeah.
That was
Adrian Peterson. That was Adrian Peterson's Oklahoma.
Yes. I think wasn't it like they beat them? I think it was the Fiesta Bowl in 07. It was like 43-42 or like 43-40 or some crazy shit.
It was a wicked game of football.
Yeah.
That game is one of the games that stood out for me. And I remember around that time, Maurice Claret and Ohio State and Michigan had played a game. It was first and second matchup, and people actually wanted that rematch for the national title. And I think Florida ended up getting it and beating one of them.
Yep.
But Yeah, I think Maurice Claret was on that team, that Ohio State team, and Lloyd. So it was Lloyd Carr, and was it the one that got hired by the Colts? The what the fuck was his name, man? The Ohio State coach before Urban Meyer went there. Fuck was his name?
Oh yeah.
It was Lloyd Carr was the Michigan State coach. He had Mike Hart and these other as the running back, but that guy, like Ohio State, loved him because when he took the job, he took the mic and said, "We have one job when we go to Ann Arbor, Michigan on this day," and the crowd just erupted because he was. I forgot that guy's name, man, but he had coached in the NFL for a while.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. Jim Tressel.
Yep. Jim Tressel and Lloyd Carr going at it.
Yep.
Them two used to play some good games of college football.
Yep.
That Boise State and Oklahoma Fiesta Bowl was classic, but that 05 game with Vince Young and UFC, man, was damn near a all-time classic.
Yeah.
Football, and I didn't follow the college football game too much this past season or the season before that. Even I think when I went to Germany, I kind of lost touch with it because the hours that it came on. But I would love for college football to get back to that, man. Get back to
it's all SEC now.
That boy Heisman stuff, man.
Yeah, it's all the SEC. It's SEC and the token team outside of the SEC that decides to be good. That's all it is nowadays. The SEC is the only place you can watch decent football. The Big Ten ain't what it used to be. Yeah. Especially now, you got fucking Oklahoma State and some other dumbass team in the Big Ten. Like, what are we talking about here? Big up Sean. But yeah, college ain't, brother. All sports in general ain't what they used to be, in my opinion. Yeah. I think sports. The only sport to me that has gotten better is hockey.
Yeah,
skill wise and everything else, I think hockey is the only sport that's gotten better. Yeah, Bob Bradley did play for the U.S. and that his punk ass son Michael Bradley made it and was one of the bums that missed in 2018.
The guy that was bald at 20. Is that the one?
Yeah.
The stresses of playing for your dad because
that man was doing Just for Men at 18.
U.S. men's national team sponsored by Rogaine. But seriously though, I think the program has gone backwards. I think the U.S. national team has gone backwards, and Pochettino ain't the guy. You know,
no, you and me talked about it during the game. Pochettino is the one who sabotaged us.
Yeah,
that stupid 3-5-2 formation he played had no business being coached with that. How the hell? No disrespect to Bosnia. Shout out Benji because Benji's in all of our chats and he's a real one. But come on, man. You made Bosnia look way better than what they did. Yeah, I know Bosnia knocked out Italy and all that other stuff, but the way we smoked Turkey, not Turkey. I'm sorry. The way we smoked Paraguay and Australia, you should have made quick work of Bosnia, not doing all that nonsense. And then the game against Belgium was a disgrace.
Yeah. Belgium, man. Belgium turned that into a training exercise after a while. You know what I mean?
Fair foul. Fair foul question for you, since we need help in the midfield. Would you take a chance on Malik Tillman at Arsenal?
I'll say foul because I think that would. I don't think he can. Here's what I really want Bruno G. Bruno G can sit like a 6. He can crash the box like an 8, and he can break the lines with a pass like a 10. I don't think Malik Tillman can do that yet.
I'm saying it's more so like you get Bruno G, and then he's a rotation player.
Definitely, as a rotation piece, I would definitely opt for him because when there were games. I don't remember the game last year, but I remember it was a game where Declan Rice wasn't on the pitch, and we had got a set piece, and we looked like we didn't know what the hell to do. And we took it short, and then the ball ended up back with Raya. At least I know Tillman can, he can hit a set piece every now. But yeah, him, I think. But then again, man, I don't think he'll fully develop on the Mikel.
Oh, I don't either. I'm simply listen. The reason why I throw it out there is I'm looking at this long term. I personally think if the financial stuff at Arsenal doesn't get straightened out, I think Arteta's on limited time.
Yeah.
I think if I think if the financial side of things hurt us for 2 years because Arteta's fighting to keep his boys, I think Arteta will bury himself to where he'll be forced out of the club.
Yeah.
If you're telling me we can't sign Bruno G because you want to keep fighting for the likes of Odegaard, Havertz, and Jesus to stay, it's only a matter of time before he gets sacked.
Yeah. So is it the biggest threat to our title defense? Is it financial constraints or
Yes?
Okay. You know, because I don't.
Because here's Liverpool hasn't made enough signings for me to say that they are the big worry, and then the big worry for me still is City. Now, the thing with City, I think, is either one or two things. Either Enzo Maresca goes into City and knows that he's not Pep, and he gives the players a little bit more freedom, and he's more of a man manager. He'll still manage the way he wants to play because Maresca is much more direct than Pep is. Maresca's not going to play this U-shaped. He's going to go full-blown direct and force-feed Haaland. Now, if they play for him and he's not as an egotistical control freak like Pep is, I think Manchester City win the league.
So but, you're the perfect person I want to ask this question.
But as this is where also on the flip side, where the number twos are not as good as the number ones. If you go in there and try to be Pep, that whole team is going to laugh you out the fucking building and they're going to implode.
Yes, I'm going to ask you. I'm asking you this because you're the perfect person to ask this. You think the Italian in him would allow him to do that?
Yes, because he's not a hothead greaseball like some other ones are. And I think the other thing is Maresca has something to prove, especially Mateo's classic. He has been on fire both in this chat and on mine.
Yeah, we were talking about Sammy Sosa, bleached out. Yeah, but go on.
But I think Maresca, when you look at the whole situation happened with him in Chelsea, I think Maresca is going to be quiet and bet on himself to where he won't allow the ego to come in to screw that up.
Yeah.
If he does, then they're screwed. Then City's going to implode.
BX Gunner. City ain't doing shit. I'd be surprised if they finish in Europa League places. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, right? I disagree with that.
But here's why it's not so crazy. I don't think it's that crazy because Pep is goated and he is left. So there will be a drop-off there. But there's also this other guy who's, he's got a back surgery, whether the back surgery or he's going to leave City. The Rodri miss is going to be huge for them, whether it's being his injury or whether he leaves. So you're losing one of the greatest coaches to ever coach, when the guy who made City who they are. But if they lose Rodri, now as well as Nico Williams played in the earlier parts of last season, and as highly as they rate Elliot Anderson, they ain't Rodri.
No, yeah. No.
And I think,
I think if they lose Rodri, they go back into the market for another midfielder again. Like, this is part of the reason why I want Arsenal to get Bruno G, because I could see Bruno G and Elliot Anderson line up as the midfield pivot for Manchester City if they sell Rodri to Madrid.
Yeah, I don't know if we can allow that to happen. You know what I mean?
And then here's the thing: while they are both not Rodri, here's the other thing though: Pep has never force-fed Haaland. What happens if you force-feed Haaland with a bunch of young bucks now and not worrying about who's switching to what position here because you have to give up for Bruno. He's no longer there. I don't know. City for me, I think is the biggest worry. Chelsea, I hear the shout for Chelsea to a certain degree. The problem is this: they still don't have a fucking defense.
Yeah. They just lost the best left back in the league, according to them. Cucurella was the best left back in the league. Now he's gone. So they're gonna have.
And Reece James is not dependable to be healthy for a whole season.
Yeah, one game a week. He should be able to manage that. He should.
Hey, you never know with him. That dude gets hurt blowing his nose.
He got Derrick Rose disease.
Yeah, legit. He's got Derrick Rose's knees.
Carrick, Nah, man.
That's the other one. I don't think United is up to what people think. Yeah, I think United's going to get a real wake up call when they start playing them European games.
Yeah. When you can't just go full gung ho on Sunday because you got a game Tuesday night in Madrid.
Exactly.
You might have to rest them, and then the drop off there with hungry teams like, the Fulhams of the world are jockeying, because these Premier League teams legit believe if they qualify for Europa or Conference League, they can win it. Right?
Yeah, because it's not the same. It's not the same competition.
No,
fair or foul?
Mm-hmm.
Would you take the top 4 teams that don't qualify out of the league phase and make them drop into the competition below just to spice it up?
Ooh, that's a good one, But you know what? I think UEFA did that at a time when they needed to spice up Europa League, but they did it, and Europa had established itself as a legit competition, and then they went away from that. Then it's turned into this, where you have Bodo Glimt in a semifinal of it, and it's like, damn. And then you have West Ham, who wins the Conference League. Now they're relegated. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think there will be changes moving forward, because it seems like every Premier League teams are just gonna wipe the floor with these teams because of the money that they're allowed to have.
See, that's the thing. I don't know about this year. I think this year in the Premier League is going to be very interesting, because when you look at the Europa League and the Conference League, it's not the typical teams that are there that you would think can walk it because of the money. It's Bournemouth, it's Brighton, it's Sunderland, and it's Palace. I don't think any of them teams are going to win either of those tournaments, in my personal opinion. Now, if I did have to pick out of those 4, I would say Brighton will win the Conference League, but I do not think, with Glasner not at Palace anymore, and with Bournemouth been selling players, and with Sunderland moving some players around as well, I do not think the English teams will win the Europa League. So we may have a straight up top 4 race this year where we don't get that 5th seed as the coefficient because of that. And that's why I think that it's a situation right now where, that's why I would have maybe the top 4 teams from the Champions League drop into Europa that missed out, and then the top 4 Europa League teams drop into the Conference League. So that's why I think they should do that to spice it up. But I'm not too certain that the English teams are going to dominate the competitions this year, especially because the English teams have the most amount of foreign players that were at this World Cup.
Yeah,
lingering injuries and stuff could stop a lot of these teams from winning too.
Yeah, Sunderland in the Conference League, it's one of them ones. Big up to Mateo. Hey man, quit stalking. You knew she was going to be out there. You know what you're doing. Talking about what are the odds. The odds is you saw her walk by and then you decided to go out.
Go holler at her. What do you mean, what are the odds? Go holler at her ass.
Tell me how you men feeling about having your chain snatched by Rodgers and Chelsea. Well, I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I see you snatch everybody's chain in the transfer window last year and finished 25 points off the table. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. And that's not a dig. What I'm saying, Liverpool Prophet, is the transfer window that you had last year was better than the one Chelsea's having now. And you still finished 25 points off the league title. So, if winning the transfer window was inversely, or not inversely, directly proportional to winning the league, then I would be concerned. The problem is Chelsea have to finish above us for that to matter. Because if you pay 117 million pounds for Morgan Rodgers, break the transfer record, and finish below Arsenal, then you might as well keep Garnacho. That's how I feel about it. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I didn't love the Morgan Rodgers interest.
Yeah,
I wanted him at Arsenal, but you know what I'm saying. Chelsea winning the transfer window. We've heard that quite a couple of times. So it has to count.
Chelsea said they won the transfer window when they spent $250 million on Caicedo and Fernandes.
You know what I'm saying? So this morning, that's all I kept showing this morning. I kept showing everyone this. I kept showing everyone this screenshot of Matisse after doing a chain snatching exhibition. This is his prediction for the season after he did a whole stream cooking us.
I don't think Chelsea or Spurs finished top 4. I don't think Chelsea finished top 4.
See, him and Flex don't even have Liverpool in their top 6.
See, that's the thing. I think Liverpool, simply with a manager who's going to play more direct and more open attacking football than Slot, I think Liverpool is going to finish top 4. Spurs, I don't know what these guys are smoking crack with Spurs. They ain't going to. Spurs are going to be lucky if they finish 7th or 8th. I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about with Spurs.
So
and their best defender is strongly linked to be going to Inter.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do? Even if you could say whatever you want about Romero being a nutcase and all, what are you going to do when he leaves?
Yeah.
And as sad as it is, that's their captain.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I hear it. But yeah, it's banter. And I said, get ready for banter when it happens, this and that. It's gonna happen. We just gotta hold it. It's part of the game. Mm-hmm. But Chelsea's been winning the transfer window for 4 seasons now, and that's their 4 finishes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not this one. I'm trying to. Damn, where is it?
See, I don't even know if Villa finished 6th, if I'm being honest with you. I don't get some of these signings that they've made.
Yeah, this is so the year they spent $1 billion, they finished 12th. They snatched everybody's change. That's the year they snatched. I think BS Gunner said it here. They snatched Lavia from you and Caicedo from you that year. Finished 12th.
Yep.
As bad as Arteta's been, and we don't have to go over Arteta's failure. He never finished 10th or 12th. His worst finish has been 8th and 8th. You know what I'm saying? So they can win the transfer window. You know what I'm saying? We'll just win the league.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying?
And if you remember, the season Chelsea finished 4th, not this season, but last season. If you remember, Aston Villa got fucked on a call in the last game or the second to last game of the season against Man United, which led Chelsea getting over them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the bullshit, they wouldn't have even finished higher than Villa 2 seasons in a row in the season 2 years ago. So don't overhype Chelsea, man. Yeah. Chelsea getting 1 game a week. There's nothing that the kid from Italy, you think he's just going to automatically come in and just take over for Cucurella? Because I don't. Palestra's a good player, but I don't think he's going to instantly just walk in and take over for Cucurella.
Yeah. We know the pressure. There's no hiding from the pressure. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Arsenal has never won a transfer window in my memory as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, no.
We have never won a transfer window. Like, the transfer window is not our thing.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So I am shocked that people are shocked that Arsenal are moving slowly in the transfer window. I'm also shocked that people are shocked that Chelsea are moving mad. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. So but the bottom line up front is at season end, they have to be above us in the table, or you paid 117 for what? And by above us, I mean, not we finished 4th and you finished 3rd. Then what? That's inconsequential. I don't think we finished lower than 2nd. So if they finish above us, then you should win the league. At what point? What number do Chelsea have to hit before we say they have to win the league? Because they're at 2.2 billion right now. You know what I'm saying? And there was a Chelsea fan in the chat earlier this morning. I was like, tell me you're winning the league. And that's when he left the chat. He was giving it until I asked him to just say you're winning it now. Because the transfer, we're winning the transfer trophy is something that you would banter Top Gooners for if we were moving that way.
Maxence Lacroix is not going to be the difference maker for you to win the fucking league. If you're telling me your backline's going to be Lacroix, Colwell, and freaking Chalaba, sorry, maybe next year.
Yeah, that's the thing. Call me mad to think if we don't spend a lot this summer, we'll be better. And that's the thing, because the year you won the league, you bought Chiesa. That was it. So you know what I'm saying? So there is the Liverpool fans are sensible. We're looking at this objectively. It's the Chelsea fans who are moving ridiculous, thinking if you win the transfer window, you win the league, even though they have recent historical evidence that is not so. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. It's just a part of the game. There are fans who get mad. You have to understand that it's banter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's we look at Xavi Alonso. Essentially, if I asked you who's winning Bundesliga this upcoming season, who would you tell me?
Bayern.
Yeah. So if you're the coach of Leverkusen, there's no pressure there to win the league. So there was no pressure at Leverkusen. Big him up for the invincible run, but there was no pressure there. The moment he saw some pressure at Madrid, he was out the job in 6 months. And Madrid, say what you want about the diva mentality of the player. Madrid has better players than he had at Leverkusen. They're better players. But there was pressure
by a mile.
Yeah. So if he lost the game at Leverkusen, no one would care. You draw 3 games at Real Madrid, hot ass. and he was
No,
out.
if he never won the league, if he was the manager for 3 straight seasons at Leverkusen, they won 2 Deutsche Pokals and came second place all 3 years. He's a legendary manager for Leverkusen because that's why they were always known as Neverkusen. They were fucking, there was never pressure at that club.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not even sure you want this, Prophet, because then you'll fuck around and end up turning on your legend. You know what I'm saying? Because if he goes there and he draws the first 5 games, then you have to turn on him. The same way that Chelsea had to turn on Frank, hire the manager, and then go on to win the Champions League. That's all they did was change from Frank to Tuchel. It was the same team, the same squad. Hakeem Ziyech, Kai Havertz, all the men were still there. They just fired
Werner. Don't forget the biggest bum of them all, Timo Werner.
Oh, Lord. Werner, you know. Listen, when you catch lightning in the bottle, even Mendy, Benjamin Furlan?
Eduardo Mendy.
Yeah. And he ended up in Saudi 2 years later. Like it's mad.
He ended up losing his job back to Kepa.
I need advice. She got a boyfriend. That's why I didn't holler at her, because my car is fucked. Leave her alone, brother. There's plenty of efficiency in the sea, man. You're too young to be taking risks with, because how do you know that her boyfriend is not a emotional wreck? You know what I'm saying? You don't want those problems. There's plenty of single women out there, youngster. You know, you must really like this girl. You're willing to take an ass whooping over it. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea winning a domestic.
There's an old saying, Mateo, just because there's a goalie don't mean you can't score.
You know what I'm saying?
But nobody likes a home wrecker. That's the other thing, though.
Yeah.
And never fight if it ain't your daughter, your mother, your grandmother, or your wife. Unless they're trying to physically abuse them or something else, there's no reason for any man to be fighting another man about a woman.
Facts. That's your fight, my brother. That's your fight. You know what I'm saying?
If you get with a chick and she ends up cheating on you with another dude, you should actually shake hands with that other guy and say, thank you for exposing her to me. You made me dodge a bullet.
Yeah, you took an L. Yeah, you just took an L and just move on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. United fans are the worst. I don't even care these random moving matter after their preseason win. United played today.
They won 5-0 or some shit in the warm-up. The
They
worst one, though, was, did you see Inter? Inter won 11-0.
Oh, damn. Funny how the United fans didn't mention their 1-0 loss to Wrexham, but this one is all over the spaces.
Yeah, they played Rosenborg from like fucking, I don't know if it's Sweden or Norway.
Yeah. Oh, that's mad. United talking big finishing with third 1 game a week. Let's see how they do. And listen, it's gonna be a mad season, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know where this cooking and this premature load everyone should like. It's all fun and games until the ball is kicked.
I think United. I still say Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are the top 3 for this year. I don't know if I'm putting United in 4th or if Chelsea sneak in 4th because they got the 1 game a week. I still think the top 3 remain Liverpool, Arsenal, and City, in my opinion.
What? Listen, when the transfer window slams shut and we do predictions, it's gonna be a madness because I need to put the receipts. Yeah, It's him. I think it's Xabi Alonso. I think because
I'm saying Carrick.
No, I don't think Carrick goes. I don't think Carrick goes.
Actually, no. You know what? Likely to get sacked, De Zerbi.
Sacked or walked? That fucker will walk.
No, he's a hothead greaseball. That man might say something crazy and think nothing of it, and he's getting the sack the next day because he's reckless at the mouth.
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up between Iraola and Alonso.
Really?
Yeah, because the thing with Iraola is he drew a lot of games last year. There was Bournemouth, I think they drew like 13 straight or something.
It's like 13, 14 games that they fucking drew.
Yeah. He has the thing with Iraola is he has never had to manage where every game is a must win. Like as Bournemouth manager, you can take the pitch. I'm gonna try to go win this game of football.
Mm-hmm.
At Liverpool, you have to go win this game of football, right? And I don't think he's ever felt that type of pressure. Like Vitality Stadium has 12,000 people, brother. You're gonna have 12,000 scousers following you around the country. You know what I'm saying? And if you draw 3 games, they're gonna let you hear it. You know, and especially if any of those games are at Anfield, they're gonna let you hear it. Now, I've seen the Liverpool fan base turn on Slot, and he gave you a Premier League title. He had some credit. This Iraola has no credit in the bank. So if he starts slower, there's a dead run of form. Now, FSG probably won't sack him, but those 70,000 scousers at Anfield is gonna let his ass hear it. You know, and Liverpool.
I think you made the same point. You made the same point with Kirkheads. How much heavier that badge is from going from Bournemouth to Liverpool. It's really the same thing when you look at Iraola as the manager. I just think that Iraola plays a more. He doesn't play exactly the same thing, but he's closer to the brand of football that Klopp played than what Slot tried to do on his own with all of the players that came in. So I'm giving Iraola the benefit of the doubt because of that I think Liverpool would get there. My only question with Liverpool is they need to sign a center back and they need to sign another winger and they need to get rid of that fucking bum Cody Gakpo because he is dog shit. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It was a fucked up situation that his child died and everything else during the World Cup. But bro, besides all that sentimental shit, you suck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He sucks.
Yeah, I was trying to defend Cody Gakpo to some Liverpool fans, and the way I thought, like I was talking to like 10 of them, and I was expecting like one of them to be like back him. Like all 10 of them was like, "Nah, get this guy out of my club." I was like, "Damn."
I think Gakpo would be decent still if he was like a super sub, but not a starter.
Yeah.
If Gakpo and Chiesa were the 2 super subs off the bench, and they were able to get some better wingers. I think I would then be more in belief of Liverpool going forward.
Yeah, I hear it.
Because they also need some more defense help because Konate leaving for free is a kick in the nuts for them.
Yeah, big up to Jagans. Yeah, man, big
up. You think if Iraola doesn't qualify Champions League, you think they sack him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I always give Premier League players a year to adjust. So I expect Verts to do better this year. I expect Frimpong to do better this year. And the thing is, if I'm not going to take anything, huh? Yeah. Man, I think Kirk is. I don't get that same grace to him because I don't do it to Madueke because you've been in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? So I gave Zubimendi and Calafiori and all these people that like, I'll give you another year to adjust to the league.
Calafiori sucks.
Yeah. But even I was like,
that greaseball should be out in Little Italy in New York trying to get people to go to Carbone's. He don't deserve to be playing for Arsenal.
It's the fact of the situation though, is that Iraola, he is. I'll take nothing away from what he did at Bournemouth. He did okay there. But we've seen, like, let's take Graham Potter, for example, right? He played beautiful football at Brighton to everyone was like, yo, and then he went to a club with pressure and now got himself sacked at West Ham until he had to go manage Sweden. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that Graham Potter forgot how to coach football. It's just the pressure of playing, knowing you have to win this game of football or you're going to hear about it. You know what I mean? The first year that Arne Slot was in the league, the media, it was a love fest. You know, they loved how he elaborated and how he was always smiling and this and that. The second year, they turned on his ass. And he realized, hey, listen, if you don't win, this is what happens. You know what I mean? Especially when you spend the type of money that you'd spent last year, won the transfer window like Chelsea is acting now, and then finish behind Man United. You know what I'm saying? That was a classic. From what I see, Iraola, his working, his boys hard in training. They look knackered, intensity media. Yeah, and I seen Conte did this with Tottenham one year when he had them man passed out on the pitch, and it was like, oh, I can't wait to see the fruits of that labor. And then 3 months in the job, he was gone. You know.
Do you think if Chelsea, fair or foul, does Xabi Alonso get sacked if they don't make Champions League after this year?
You remember earlier when you said it's fair? Definitely fair. Remember earlier when you said the English team, we might not have 5 slots next year?
That this is why I'm asking that question
Yeah.
for Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. That Chelsea are at 2.2 billion now.
Yep.
And like there is what number are they gonna hit before they start challenging for league titles? Because I think a lot of the Chelsea faithful are operating as if they're still Roman's Chelsea.
Yes.
You know, and you're not. Roman would have never gone 10 years without a league title. Matter of fact, I don't think he ever went 5. You know what I'm saying? That he was damn near. I think he may have been the closest thing to Mr. Steinbrenner when it comes to how much I wanted to win. He never went 10 years.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Going on 10.
It's between him and either Berlusconi or Maratti at fucking Inter and Milan in the heydays of Italy when they spend crazy money.
Yeah.
Between them three to be like the Steinbrenner. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so the money something has to give. And if it's only 4 slots this year, if you don't, it could be long. You know?
Do you actually, this is a better fair or foul. If it ends up, this is a multi-question fair or foul. First one, with the changes in play, and if he gets top 4 again and Mikel doesn't win back-to-back, is Unai Emery a better manager than Mikel Arteta?
I think Unai Emery. Okay, it's
a good one, isn't it?
It's a very good one. It's a very good one because I think if we had kept Unai Emery for 5 years and backed him, I don't think he would have fucked off 3 league titles in a row. I think one of those he only had 1 crack at the Europa League and got to the final. Mikel had 3 and never got to a final.
And Mikel never had a tough run to the final like what Unai had. People forget he had a run through Valencia, Napoli. Yeah. When Sarri and Chelsea got to the final that same year, they had a fucking cakewalk compared to
Unai got to the final with that team when Champions League teams was dropping down to the Europa. Yep. You know, so I think Unai is clear in the cups. Now, big up to Mikel this year. He got to the 2 finals. Cool, right? You won a trophy and you got the 2 finals. Now, and if you start to go the other way, if you start to regress, and Unai because even though the Europa League is easier to win now, I don't care what anybody says. No, Unai Emery, he is Mr. Europa.
Yep.
They should name that damn trophy after him.
Yeah, facts.
Like, this is unprecedented. Winning the shit 5 times with 3 different teams. That is madness.
Yep.
So I think Unai is clear in the cups. But when he was at Arsenal, I used to see him make some crazy decisions as well.
Like Lucas Torreira is the number 10.
Yeah, and Xhaka at left back and shit. You know, and I just used to be like, what's he doing? But, you know, there was some other things going on there where they had forced him not to play Ozil and this and that. And I think Unai, I big him up for Europa. I think he in the Champions League, and he even before he came to Arsenal, he will always have that blunder, that PSG Barcelona blunder, 4-goal lead that he threw away on his resume. But yeah, if Unai stays steady, getting Champions League, winning a cups for Villa, and Mikel starts to go the other way, then the conversation is going to resurface.
The reason why I asked this question is if he somehow, this is where it comes into the multi-question. If, let's say, England doesn't get the coefficient and it ends, let's say it's Man City, Arsenal, Man City, Arsenal, Man U, and Villa is the top 4. If that's the case, and let's say both Liverpool and Chelsea sack their new hirings, fair or foul, should either one of them try to give Unai a call to take over their team?
Foul. Because I don't think Unai Emery takes the phone call.
Oh, you think he'll just thug it out at Villa?
I think he likes the Villa Sevilla mold.
That underdog.
Yeah, like the Jurgen Klopp Dortmund knock off the giant type thing.
So then let me spin it.
Yeah.
Do you take the call for Atletico Madrid?
Yes.
Okay.
And that fits the mold. And like Simeone did it twice, didn't he?
Yeah, he won 2.
He did it twice, and he did it with throwaways from Barcelona with Luis Suarez. I think it was 2021 or
yeah, that was the 20. That was that was the 2020
yeah.
2021 one.
Yeah, because I really think
He's
Unai
won everything except the Champions League.
Yeah, and I think he relishes coaching young players or castaways. When he's at PSG, he has to deal with the egos of Neymar's, and when he goes to a PSG, when he was at PSG, if he goes to, he's gonna have to deal with these divas. Like, no, the divas will leave Villa; they won't go to Villa.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think Unai really likes to coach without doing all the managing.
That's why Jadon Sancho failed at fucking Villa.
You know what I'm saying? But he did get to a final there.
Yeah, no.
Matter of fact, that fucker, when Man United loaned him to Dortmund, he played in the Champions League final.
Yeah,
he went to Chelsea,
then he gets
in the Conference League final. Then he goes to Villa and wins the. Listen, so where's he at now? What's he doing?
Free agent.
Oh shit!
All that money Manchester United threw at his ass, and he
Arsenal Football Club. You better not.
Hey, listen, let's thank Unai though. Garnacho is not at Arsenal. That was the one we were worried about. That was going to be the Chelsea reject that was going to come back to us this year again.
Yeah. Hey, ask me on September 1st, Liverpool Prophet. Oh yeah, September 1st, on around there, when the window closed.
Yeah.
Or right around there. Right now, I'm not.
As of right now, no. Of right now, no.
Yeah, I'm not doing the premature thing like these the chain snatchers. Yeah.
Like Rice needs to rest for at least a month.
Yeah. Woo. Favorite Paulie. I'm going to go Paulie. Paulie, my guy.
He's the best.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was hilarious with some of the stupid shit he would say.
Go Paulie,
him or Furio.
Furio, yeah. Paulie, my guy, man. Said no Emery for you, yeah. I don't rate him. I hear it. I hear it, man.
See, I would take. I think with these young bucks, the dickhead in me wanted to see Garnacho in Arsenal. Everybody that's not an Arsenal fan wanted to see Garnacho go to Arsenal to see us melt down.
Yeah, the meltdown would have been. I wouldn't even touch on it. I would just, like when you're in the press conference and next question. That's what I would have been. We're just gonna act like this didn't happen. You know,
we'll put the remember the old cartoons where the cane comes out and pulls you off stage. Yeah. That's what you would have been.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Yeah, best World Cup summary. Takeaways, the good things about the World Cup and the things you would improve. Tack on to this. Like I think one of the best moments was Cape Verde pushing Argentina to extra time.
Yeah.
I think that was 100%. Because so many people were saying expanded tournament is going to water down. Now, some of the games were watered down, but it wasn't because of the debut teams. It was established teams fucking up, like Uruguay and Turkey and Germany. But the debutants, even Haiti scored damn near goal of the tournament against Brazil. They scored one of the goals of the tournament against Brazil. So I think the debutants did really well. Worst moments is the damn
Turkey
water breaks turn into timeouts. You know what I'm saying? How do you fix that? Thanos snap again. Do you send them to the other side to drink water for 60 seconds and get back on the pitch?
No, send them just get rid of them.
They're not getting rid of them. Yeah, they're not going to get rid of them. The amount of
I've said this for this shit. You understand this concept like me because we're Americans and we both watch the NFL. I have said to DJB, Normsky, and Shane, the only reason the United States got handed this World Cup is because the United States, even though we are not the top footballing nation, when it comes to business and sports, there's nobody fucking close to us. Mm-hmm. Again, for everybody that doesn't like to hear it, the NFL doesn't get anywhere near the viewership that the Premier League does, but they make 3 times more than what you make. Yeah. The whole reason why the USA was handed this World Cup was so that the business minds of the US can teach the future business minds of the Premier League, because there's no way you can get 400 to 500, even upwards of 600 million every Sunday to watch the late afternoon game in the Premier League, and you guys are only worth $9 billion a year. There's no way that works. The numbers don't. The math doesn't math. That for me is the reason why we got it, is so that everybody can see the big picture mentality of business is the reason why the NFL got it.
Yeah. So yeah, there was some.
My favorite thing was off the field. I loved all these people learning about fucking barbecue and fucking all the other shit seeing in the US. That was my favorite thing about watching the NFL, watching the World Cup stuff.
Yeah. You know what I loved about them finding out about America? The tipping culture, the tipping. You have to tip every day. That I could tell that some of the people from overseas were so annoyed that you have to tip for a Subway sandwich. Because no joke, but when I went to the Belgium game, the Belgium and Senegal, because the other game I didn't drink. The USA, I didn't get anything. The Belgium game, one I had to pay $22 for a Stella, right? But here's the kicker, Gian.
Oh my God, $22 for a Stella.
But that's not even the worst part, broski. That ain't even the worst part. Here's the kicker. You go take the Stella out the cooler yourself. There's a kiosk there where you pay.
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing now. Yeah.
And there's a guy there to check your ID to make sure that you're of drinking age. Yeah.
Yep.
And when you tap, even though you got the drink yourself and you're paying yourself, no one is helping you. Guess what pops up after you tap?
Tip.
Mm-hmm. I say you got to be crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. It's madness.
Yep.
But worst moments as well. The political influence. You know,
that was the worst thing about the World Cup was getting
overturning red cards. That could have been a shit show. Can you imagine if USA had beaten Belgium 1-0 Flo Balogun goal?
Well, here, what happened? Let's just say for shits and giggles, the next World Cup's in Russia, and Russia's allowed to play. What happens if their best player gets a red card and Vladimir Putin says you're not leaving the country or I'll kill you if you don't flip the fucking red card around?
Yeah.
You just opened a whole can of worms with this stupid shit.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, Belgium would have took him to court. It would have been a stain, a massive stain on the entire world, because Belgium would have been like, nope, you have to give us the reason why you just arbitrarily overturned the red card and violated the integrity of what a red card is supposed to be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually glad that Flo Balogun didn't score, because it would have just made
it would have been fucking terrible, dude. It would have been fucking terrible.
Absolute madness, man.
What made it, and then that's what made it even worse, was all the stupid American pundits talking about, oh yeah, like Alexi Lalas. Oh, it's great. It shouldn't have been a red card anyways. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are we doing here?
That's wild. Yeah, that is absolute madness. So Rance dressing for the win.
Yeah, that was funny. Did you see the video? The dude, it's a black dude from New York. It was randomly in my scrolls, but he did like a mix of all the things that people were like discovering in America for like the World Cup. Ranch was one of them, barbecue and everything else. And they were like, the USA is this, USA is this. And he just ends it. He goes, do y'all just not have shit over there?
This guy. That's madness. But yeah, the Waffle House one was funny. Like that. If you're into hygiene and sanitation, you know, you're lucky if you went back sick, you fuck around and eat at the Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Because the Waffle House,
you go to the Waffle House, you better go strapped. You never know what shit go down at the Waffle House.
In North Carolina, in Fayetteville, Waffle House, they're the sheriff, especially like when the clubs let out, like the sheriff is there, lights on and everything, because they know it's about to be some shit. A bunch of
Waffle House goes down
in the morning. Oh hell,
yeah. Waffle House, IHOP, hell, even Denny's late night can start cracking too.
It's rough, man. Waffle House, this shit 3 a.m, and you have a 20-minute wait because that shit's so packed. Everybody that came out of the club drunk and hungry. Yep. And can't have a World Bank and the best NFL teams. It's mad. NFL.
If you look at the most profitable sport franchises in the world, it's all the NFL teams and a couple of footballing teams. You got your Real Madrids, you get your Barcelona and Manchester United. You ain't got shit else in there compared to them NFL teams with the money they got.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think anybody look. You think anyone's looking at Poch after his stellar performance?
No. Pochettino, me, I would sack him. If I was the head of the U.S. men's national team, I would sack him.
They should. Yeah, they should.
He cost us. Again, like I said, you and me were talking during the game, and we both said this 3-5-2 is not working. I think you pointed out the three guys in the midfield, specifically Tillman and McKinney, didn't know if they were supposed to be 8s or 10s at any different time the whole game because they had stupid formation.
Yeah.
And then the first 10 minutes of the second half, we were all over Belgium.
Yeah.
We were all over Belgium. And then the fucking goalie does that stupid shit to ruin the momentum that we had.
Did you
and
see
we
that?
left up at the 4-2-3-1. We played like that 10 minutes the whole game. We'd have beat Belgium.
Yeah. Did you see they booed him at the Dallas game, the MLS game? They
booed
get out of it. We're like, damn.
Hey, that is what it is.
Listen, if the fans are going to come with that type of ruthlessness, we might be going somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think TT and Zlatan were bouncing off each other. I think there's a level of respect there that they would just pass the baton back and forth, and then it would eventually end up over by Alexi, and then the ball would drop.
The one thing I didn't like was, and I'm not trying to come off like a Ronaldo fanboy because I'm not, but I did right message, wrong messenger when Zlatan was trying to call somebody selfish. I'm sorry. Bro, I watched you all them years in Italy. Your big nose ass was fucking selfish as shit. Don't say that shit about Ronaldo, brother.
Yeah. Let's not forget, remember when he was tired trying to get himself subbed off, and Mourinho subbed off everybody but him and said, nope, you need to work harder.
Exactly. Exactly.
But I do like like TT said it, like the team needs to score, not Ronaldo needs to score. And then Zlatan took it too far. But that's, that's Zlatan.
But they've got a personal beef. Zlatan and Ronaldo have never liked each other.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of weird watching them, at the end, because you can tell they were kind of rooting for Messi to get it, and then it didn't happen, and then it's like, hey, it's
thank cool. God football won.
Yeah.
Football won. It'd have been terrible if Argentina won.
I think he did that last tournament. I think this tournament would have been just like,
you guys are all gonna get mad at me. He's still not better than Maradona.
Like, that's not a crazy take.
If he would have won back to back, then there's no discussion. But he didn't go back to back. And here's the other thing too about with Messi. And I love Messi. I think Messi's probably number 2. Mm-hmm. I still would make the argument that Messi's only 3 for me, and I still would take Pelé and Maradona over Messi. Yeah. The thing with me with Messi is this that stands out at the end of the day, that I always knock him in comparison to Maradona. I don't remember if it's the 2012-2013 season or if it's the 2014-20 no, not 2014-2015, because that's Enrique's team. But in that time frame, Messi had a season where he missed a third of the games, and that's all competitions, both La Liga, Champions League, and everything. He missed a third of the season, and they still won La Liga. If you take Maradona or Pelé off either of their teams and they miss a third of the season, they don't fucking win. Yeah, and that's the difference for me to why. Now, Messi, I'm not knocking the fact that Messi had top-class players like Xavi Hernandez, Iniesta, David Villa, and all the killers that Barcelona has. But that's just the different level that what Maradona was to what Messi was.
Yeah.
Messi's team at the World Cup that he won, miles ahead of the team that Maradona had.
Yeah.
This year was more similar to Maradona, where Messi was basically just walk around, get the goals, and you're going to carry us on your back, but you didn't do it, and Maradona did. That's why, for me, I'm still going to take Maradona. Had Messi gone back-to-back, there's no discussion.
Yeah, no argument. I actually seen that just shut down an argument with people arguing about the GOAT Messi, and then someone came and be like, hey, Messi can't be the greatest of all time. He's not even the best Argentine of all time. And then everyone was like,
exactly.
And I'm like, listen, you know what I'm saying? And it's a shock value, but listen, saying Messi is not the greatest Argentine of all time is not a crazy take. And then, you go lay out what Maradona is doing. But before we get out of here, man, I know
Mateo's classic. He goes, I think Kai Havertz is the greatest.
King Kai, the donkey, scored.
I'm gonna have to twist one up after that one. That is wild. Yeah, Sheldon, listen, it's a situation. Messi and Maradona is the same thing as Kareem versus Mike. It's really not a wrong answer in either way, in my personal opinion. And I am a Bulls fan and I'm a Michael Jordan fan. But if somebody comes to me and says, I think Kareem's better than Jordan, I can hear it because I know the arguments they're going to make, and there are compelling arguments to make. Same thing like it is with Messi and Maradona, because as Messi would never go to a small club like Maradona and dominate, Messi changed the landscape of Spain. Before Messi started dominating with Barcelona, Real Madrid had a huge gap over Barcelona on titles. That's changed now because of Messi. So you can make the arguments either or.
Yeah. Big up Sheldon. As an old geezer myself, I here to tell you, like the gap, even if you say Messi is the GOAT and Maradona isn't, I've seen both. The gap, it ain't. No matter of fact, there is no gap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but big you up still. Yeah, this is some matter of fact, we'll touch on this next show. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta run in a little bit, but I gotta ask you this before we go. Speaking of this guy and that guy, it seemed to be a big contention next week. Last week, Busquets or Rodri?
Ooh,
it seemed to be a huge fallout, recency bias included. Because I'm telling you, I'm one of those guys that rate Busquets highly, but Rodri.
No, I think no. I think Busquets is better than Rodri, but I do think, I do think Rodri is higher. I think the discrepancy between the two is closer than what a lot of people think, but I still think Busquets is better.
You remember? I think it was the year Liverpool won the league, 24-25. Yeah, when Gravenberch had his best season, and there was Declan Rice was doing Declan Rice things, and Caicedo was performing well. And people were like, who is the best DM in the league? And that Rodri had his ACL that year, right? And I was on a panel on Enemy Lines. And those were the three names that they put out. And when the panel came to me, I said, neither, give me Rodri. And they were like, he's not fit. He's going to come back, be 80%. Okay, give me 80% Rodri over all of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's how much I rate Rodri. That's how highly I rate him. But I'm Busquets. And I was watching the Big Six and the disrespect on Serge. Like, why the hell do man think that Iniesta and Xavi had all those spaces to run into?
Yeah.
Because he is the most. Listen, people, you know how I just describe Rodri. 80%, I take him over most DMs. But Sergio was the most press-resistant midfielder I've ever seen. The DM that I've ever seen.
Him and Pirlo. For sure. Yeah.
Like, bro, he was just. And listen, unfortunately, he was in a team with world beaters, GOATs and all this shit. So he's not going to get the credit. But I'm telling you, that brother there, getting the ball from the back four and breaking the lines for his midfielders to attack, there was no one better than him in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
That's how much I rate him.
Past 20 years, I don't know. I don't know if I'm taking Sergio Busquets over Pirlo. I honestly don't know if I'm taking
what?
Over Pirlo.
I think if you put Pirlo in that Barcelona team, he does the same thing.
Yeah, that's you're not getting the ball back from that team either way. If you got Busquets, Xavi, or Iniesta, or you got Pirlo, Xavi, Iniesta, you're talking about either way. You're talking about still a dream team midfield at the end of the day. You're basically talking Harlem Globetrotters midfield three right there because you couldn't get the ball off them. Yeah. But Busquets and Pirlo are by far the two best defensive midfielders for a very long time.
Yeah. It is the weekly stream, Mateo. We just had to take a break for a little bit because I was traveling. But this is every Friday.
And I was in a bad shape my birthday weekend. I don't know if it would have been a good thing to see Chad all fucking drunk and everything.
Yeah, but next Friday, even though I'm in Jamaica next Friday, but we're still doing the show.
Hey,
we're still doing the show because we couldn't do it for what I'm saying. As long as I got good connection, what I expect to be,
I might have to light one up for you being in Jamaica, man.
I'll be outside of the balcony, so everyone who watched BBK Sports from the island, make sure you tap in. If you're anywhere near Kingston next week, drinks on me. Yeah,
you going to see family?
Yeah, we're going to see family, and I'm putting on some stuff together. But with all that being said, we're gonna love you and leave you there, people, because I do need to run in almost a damn 3-hour stream. Listen, go to man. We can do this all day, but eventually time sneaks up on us and we got to bounce. But there's a show up the road that I got to get to. So
nice.
Love people. Anything else for the folks, man? Tell them what you got coming up.
We got another City A show. I think we might have a City A show Sunday, depending on what's going on. And I think tomorrow night I might do another call-in show.
Gotcha. So there it is, people. If you haven't subbed to Gianni Calcio TV, make sure you do so. Blessed love, everyone. And like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.